greatest of all teachers and giver of love, hope, faith, and wisdom, look upon your children, the teachers, learners, parents, guardians, and out-of-school youth and adults. We humbly ask for your mercy and forgiveness. Guide us to the right path. May our efforts be blessed with insights and understanding, wisdom and respect for all. Bless us with patience, for the path of learning is never easy. Bless our commitment to keep on learning new knowledge and experiences. Let your light shine upon us as we make our world a better place to live in. Amen.
Magandang araw! April Marcas po, ang inyong pretty ate sa EdTech Unit. Alam ba ninyo na may webinar o online training session ng EdTech Unit tuwing Sabado? Ang araw na ito ay nakalaan para sa ating mga mahal na kaguruan upang turuan sila ng mga bagong kaalaman at kakayahan sa paggamit ng makabagong software at applications para sa pinaka-epektibong paraan at lubos mapagpusay ang kanilang paraan ng pagtuturo. This is also a refresher session for our beloved teachers to enhance their skills in technology. Every Saturday, we will conduct webinar sessions for teachers about the use, advantages, and relevance of different blended learning software applications. Ang webinar seryeng ito ay magsisimula ng alas 9 ng umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali para sa morning session. Magsisimula naman ng alauna at magtatapos ng alas 4 ng hapon ang afternoon session. You can watch us in our DepEd EdTech Unit Facebook page, Educational Technology Unit YouTube channel, DepEd Tayo and DepEd Philippines. Kita-kits tayo tuwing Sabado!
Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS-EdTech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.
Hi guys! Welcome to our vlog. We are live. So for today's video, session, kasama na naman natin muli si Teacher Mardy. Dito pala sa kabila. Kamusta Teacher Mardy? Arat na!
Hi, Teacher Zari. Thank you for having me here again sa second guesting ko this month, and it's good to be back po. So magandang umaga po sa lahat ng ating manonood at nag-uumapaw na naman ang ating chat ng mga nagagandahan at nagagapuhan ng mga guro, estudyante at magulang. So, may mga nababasa nga po ako dito. Para yung iba dito, may nakakakilala na kung sino yung mga speakers natin for today. Ito nga, sabi dito ni Miss Chrysalis, sabi niya, wow, Coach Laika is in the house. Hi, Coach. Been watching your vlogs for years. Nakakatulong talaga nung nag-take ako ng civil service exam at LET.
Ay, diba? Inspired. Di pa nagsisimula, may inspired na sa ating comment section.
May ano tayo, may pa-preview na tayo kung sino yung speaker.
Totoo. And to those who haven't heard, mamaya malalaman niyo sino siya.
Yes. Meron pa dito from Teacher Leilani Palmero. Good morning, ETU, watching from Amparo Elementary SDO Caloocan, headed by Dr. Feliza Paz Arsino Carual.
Good
At
morning po.
good morning. Meron din dito from Teacher Amal Usman Matumadi. Good morning from the Division of Lanao del Sur 1. So, grabe, Teacher Zari, na feel ko na talaga yung energy ng ating viewers at naku-curious na ako sa ating session for today.
Ay, kahit ako, same excitement din, Miss Mardy. And also, meron pa rin tayo dito mga taga Bacolod City naman. From Teacher Miriam, good morning daw po from Bacolod City, followed by Teacher Amal Usman Matumbadi from Lanao del Sur, and Teacher, okay, yung first name, second name na lang, Teacher Elbor. Good morning daw, watching from Zamboanga, Sibugay. Hello po, good morning po everyone. Ayan na. Yes, isa na namang hashtag TechTalk session na nag-uumapaw sa information at inspiration na naman ang hatid natin, Teacher Mardy. At ng
Pero
ating
wait lang,
yes
Teacher
po.
Zari. May nagsabi pala dito
Ano yun?
sa ating comment, no, sa chatbox. Sabi niya ni Teacher
Sige po.
Jolene, hala, si Coach Habi po yan. Di po si Coach Laika Maravilla. So, parang si Coach Laika pala is yung parang twin sister ni Coach Abby. So, medyo nagkaano.
Wow.
Ayan. So, sabi po ni
Trivia din
Teacher
yan sa
Jolene,
amin.
hello po, Coach Abby, fighting. Si Coach Habi po
Fighting.
pala.
Alright. So, meron pa ba tayo dyan, Teacher Mardy? Mga na-miss out natin na batiin?
Sobrang dami pa
Ayan.
po nila dito. Sabi nga ni Teacher Roland Bernabe, hashtag TechTalks. Ayan, hashtag TechTalks. Good
Ayan.
morning po. Watching from Gabriela Silang, ES. Meron
Anak
din
mo.
tayo from Teacher Janet Guerrero, watching from Zamboanga, Sibugay po. Minsulao National High School. So, sobrang
Alright.
all over the Philippines talaga tayo, Teacher Zari.
Always,
At saka alam
every
mo nga,
Saturday. Yes,
sabi nga,
Teacher
diba,
Mardy.
sabi dito sa ating comment, meron na tayong si Coach Hubby.
Mm-mm.
Pero balita ko, Teacher Zari, meron pa tayong Technopreneur CEO. Wow!
Uy.
Ano ba yun? Ang lalim. Technopreneur CEO.
Mamaya malalaman natin ano yan, Miss Mardy.
So,
Don't
kung
siya
ano-
worry.
Kung ano man po yun, malalaman po natin yan. Kasi nabalita ko lang, rinig ko lang yan sa tabi-tabi.
Mm-mm.
Yun nga, meron din tayong social media content creator at syempre, hindi mawawala ang ating Microsoft Digital Expert.
Aba, syempre. See, wala pa po kami sinisimulan pero parang napakabigat na agad ng mga expected nating maririnig ngayon. Mga tech talk buddies. Wow, may tawag na tech talk buddies. O, di ba? So, tumpak yan, Teacher Mardy. So, since ang pamagat ng ating session today ay Digital Entrepreneurship, Finding Success Online, nag-imbita tayo syempre ng mga ganyang personality. Talaga namang magpapatunay na siguro hindi lang limited sa social media, selfies, videos, salamat online shopping ang pwede nating magawa through online. But you can use that online platform to actually make a living and to share your advocacy and teach people, diba? Like what we are doing right now. Right, Teacher Mardy?
Tama naman yan, Teacher Zai. Kasi sorry na gusto ko lang din mag-hi kay Teacher Lala Navalesquevel.
Ay, oo nga,
hi po!
ito.
Good to see you again, Teacher Lala.
Yes, hello
Ayan.
po.
At dahil sa sinabi mo kanina, Teacher Zari, true na true yan. Naalala ko yung ating topic last week, yung kung saan yung pinag-usapan natin is yung bridging the jobs of today towards tomorrow. Parang ilang itong mga career pathways na matatouch natin today na pwedeng makonsider ng ating mga manonood if ever. Na talaga namang trending ngayon at magbo-boom na pa for
For
sure.
sure. Yes, you
Sure
are
na
pretty
sure
much
yan.
right, Teacher Mardy. Isa pa nga na naaalala ko na related sa mga chikahan natin these days is yung kung natatandaan mo, Miss Mardy, ikaw nag-share nito sa GC natin. Naalala mo yung isang university na nag-launch ng bagong course? I think that is BSS Sports.
Oo, Teacher
Yeah, right?
Zari. E-sports. Kasi diba
Ayun,
sobra
e-sports.
talaga yung ano ngayon, in na in, lalo na sa mga young generation. So, nabalitaan ko yan. Kayo rin po ba, educators? Nabalitaan nyo po ba yan? Yung kauna-unahang BS Esports na i-launch na ng isang university dito sa ating Pilipinas. So, kung hindi nyo pa po siya naririnig or nababasa, let me share a few information po, no? So, it will be a 4-year course and I think na-offer na siya for this coming academic year. So, sa mga game viewers natin dyan, kung familiar kayo sa Tier 1, Tier 1
Uy,
Entertainment.
Tier 1.
So, paramdam naman kayo dyan sa ating chat
Miss
box.
Alodia, we are waving.
So, hello po. At kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, ang Tier 1, yung si Miss Alodian, may isa pa na nag-initiate na magkaroon tayo
Mhm.
ng ganitong course at dahil dyan sila din ang magiging industry partner and magko-coordinate nito with Lyceum of the Philippines University. So the courses will be
Oh.
dedicated to people working in the back end of the industry. So yung mga behind the scenes organizers ng esports events and yung mga nagma-manage ng team.
Oh, so ibig sabihin, this program will offer tracks centered on esports, management, and game design and development. And I find this offer really interesting, Teacher Mardy, no? Lalo na that the esports community is really popular here in the Philippines, right?
Couldn't agree more. Ayan, kumaway na. Tier 1 po. Hello, Teacher Jolina. So, kilala niya na si Tier 1. Gets na namin. Ang
Totoo
grabe,
yan.
Teacher Zari. Ang dami na natin napag-usapan agad bago
Oo
pa
nga,
man
tayo
natin
pa lang.
sakop ang buong session na ito. So, let us introduce our frontliner to officially open our morning
Oh,
session.
my pleasure, Teacher Mardy. Now, to kickstart our digital entrepreneurship Finding Success Online Tech Talk series, don't forget the hashtag Tech Talks in our comment box. A certified TikToker is under the username Tita G and the Education Programs Manager of Microsoft Philippines. Let us welcome Miss Grace ko. Hello po,
Yeah.
Miss Grace.
Virtual palakpakan naman po para
Hi everyone. Hello. Hi Mardy. Hi Zari. Good
Hello po.
morning. Morning. Thank you for that intro. Good morning, DepEd-EdTech Unit, and of course sa lahat na ating mga teachers, parents, pati kung may mga students tayong pailan-ilan dyan na nanonood sa ating stream. So binabati po namin kayo again ng isang magandang umaga. My name is Grace. I am one of the program managers of Microsoft Philippines. Welcome to a new episode of Tech Talks. I can't believe we've been running Tech Talks, I think, since last February. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga teachers na patuloy na sumusuporta at nagtutune in every Saturday. Naging Saturday habit na nga natin ang mag-get together, no? Every 9 ng umaga. And, this actually really just started as a simple exchange of messages between Microsoft and the DepEd EdTech Unit. And it has really grown exponentially at ayun nga po no, mga teachers ko napapansin nyo, I think nag-shift din po yung content plan natin dito sa Tech Talks. I think we really started with the technical tools training, of course, yung 365, Microsoft Teams. And then ngayon kung mapapansin nyo nga, mas marami na tayong content na pinapasok na not necessarily about the tool, but it's really more of how can we apply these tools sa mga practical scenarios and sa totoong buhay. So sabi nga ni Teacher Jari and Teacher Mardy kanina no na ayun na nga I think the pandemic has also really taught us how to really adapt and take advantage of the situation that we are all in. So I think last week we were talking about ayun nga the jobs of tomorrow. The previous week before that we were talking about fostering creativity. Ngayon naman we are encouraging and inviting teachers to actually look at other innovative ways to to harness the power of technology and create something out of it. Kaya yung speakers po natin today, meron tayong isang digital entrepreneur who would be teaching us how to actually leverage on tools to automate and make processes easier. At meron naman din po tayong isang speaker later who would be sharing no how she actually uses her platform to create relatable content and content that's actually easily consumable by her target audience. So I think yun din yung pinakamalaking challenge na for the teachers today no is I think sa dami ng mga online trainings natin minsan parang nahihirapan din tayo gawing bite-size yun at ibaba yun sa ating mga students. But again, we're here to help you, give you some ideas, and hopefully inspire you to also continue using technology, innovate using technology, and bring better classroom experiences. So at this point din po na nais ko rin po sana, nais ko rin batiin ang lahat ng aming Microsoft Education Ambassadors na I think halos every week nandito sa ating sessions. Nandyan po sila always sa ating comment section to also assist sakaling may mga questions kayo. The reason why I'm also emphasizing sa community na ito na Microsoft is yun, sila po ang isa sa mga classic examples ng mga champions no, who are also continuously innovating. So, meron po kaming upcoming program that we are announcing soon. So, abangan nyo po yan. Related po sa Microsoft Education Ambassadors Program. So, abangan nyo po yan. Also, of course, binabati rin po namin ang mga lahat ng taga DepEd EdTech Unit, lahat ng ating EdTech champions na pinapangunahan ni Sir Madge Hamisal, si Sir Glenny, Ma'am Rubilin, Sir Glenn, at Ma'am Glenna. So sila po ang kapartner po namin sa Microsoft to bring you this kind of content. And of course, ang Audentes Technologies, ang ating partner po sa lahat ng ating Tech Talks tuwing Sabado. So hindi ko na po patatagalin pa. Again, in behalf of our team at Microsoft, maraming salamat po sa inyong continued partnership. Kami po sa Microsoft, we will continuously work with the Department of Education to support and give you a content training at syempre marami pa tayong events na gagawin in the future. So hopefully, mas marami pa po tayong maabot ng mga guro at mga students as we progress along the way. So maraming salamat at enjoy the rest of the session. Kahit ako, excited ako for the day. So back to you, Teacher Mardy and Teacher Zari.
Yeah, thank you po, Miss Grace. At marami rin pong nagsisay ng hi sa inyo sa ating chat box at nag-good morning. Sabi nga po dito, happy morning, Miss Grace, by Teacher Lina Maiso. Hi, Tita G, by Teacher Lenny Banaria. At sabi rin nga po ni Teacher May Racelis, hi, Tita G. So, sikat na sikat rin po pala tayo sa ating mundo ng social media. Ikaw ba, Teacher Zari, napanood mo dati si Miss Grace?
I actually ran into one of your TikToks po. Hindi po ako nakapaniwala. Ay, si
naman
Miss
ako
Grace.
dito.
Si Miss Grace pala yun.
Oo. Miss Grace, pina-follow kita sa TikTok.
Uy, isang
Maraming
follower niyo po.
salamat.
Tinanong ko pa nga po kay Sir Francis. Sir Francis, ito po ba talaga si Miss Grace? Sabi niya, oo, yan.
Nag-doubt pa po siya kung si Miss Grace po talaga yung nakita niya.
Ayan, pinag-uusapan ko doon ng mga meetings at mga corporate life. So, sakali lang. Yun ang aking content.
Oo nga po, nakakatuwa. Tapos yung kapag kunyari may mga delivery, nakita mo na pa rin niya.
At talagang follower niyo po si Mardy. Alam niya po bawat lahat ng mga sinesend niyo or pina-upload yung video, Miss Grace.
Kasi
Thank you, Teacher
nakaka-inspire
Zari, Teacher Mardy.
Nakaka-inspire po. Ayan. So, thank you again, Miss Grace. And I know that our viewers can't wait to get our discussions started. So, wag niyo pong kakalimutan ang ating hashtag TechTalk sa ating comment section later. So, Teacher Zari, ang dami nating kasama na naman today.
Oo
Ayan,
nga.
dumadami na naman po yung mga nag-greet sa ating chat box, sa comment box. Sabi ni Teacher Christine Bacordo, hashtag TechTalks, good morning po, watching from Celestino de Guzman, SASHS Barugo, District Leyte Division, excited for today's session. Looking forward for a fruitful day.
Nak.
Sabi rin po ni Teacher Med Santos, hashtag TechTalks, hi Miss Grace, Miss Margie,
Hello
and Miss
po.
Nari.
Hello po.
A pleasant morning po. Ayan, sabi rin po ni Teacher Pao Jenny Ramos, oo nga po, madami at magaganda kaso sa dami ipapasa na biglaan for ng buti na lang pwede mag-replay. Ayan, hindi man po
Siyempre.
kayo makapanood ngayon, don't worry. Kung hindi nyo kaya maging team live, pwede kayong maging team replay.
Play. Always. Kahit ilang beses nyo pa po to i-replay, pwede po. Mag-ano kayo, again, Tech Talks and chill. While working with your, mga paperworks dyan, nakikinig lang kayo, pwede naman yon. Di ba, no, Teacher Mardy? So, gusto ko din po batiin ang ating mga teachers mula, ayan, so meron tayo dito kay Teacher Dada or Tutor Dada. Hello po at magandang umaga po. Watching from SDO Manila. President Sergio Hosmeña Senior High School naman siya. And good morning din daw po from Teacher JN Awit. Watching from Pasig City. Uy, malalapit lang siya dito, no? Tapos sabi rin ni Teacher Janine Manlunas Nericoa. Good morning po. Watching from Bukidnon. Hashtag MeTechTalk. Ayan. Then, meron din tayo dito, Teacher Mardy. Good morning. A greeting from the Division of Agusan del Sur from Teacher Rose Yi. Good morning po. Watching here from Prosperida National High School. Ayan. How about your side, Teacher Mardy? Meron pa po tayo dyan?
Ayan, nagtitingin pa ako
Ako din eh.
kung saan pa tayo nakakarating yung ating mga viewers. Kahit hindi mo man tayo physically magkakasama pero ramdam na ramdam talaga every morning ng Saturday yung pagkakaisa natin to spend our time na gumising ng maaga at matuto early in the morning. So,
Morning, yes po.
ayan, mukhang complete attendance na tayo, Teacher Zari. Tayo na at ipakilala na natin ang una sa mga amazing speakers natin today.
Sure will, Teacher Mardy. Okay, so to start our discussions for this morning, let us start by talking about how to start an online business in this new age of technology. At para ibahagi ang kanyang nalalaman tungkol sa field of business applications industry, a member of JCI Manila, a business and technology consultant, one of the people behind the implementation of Starbucks card using Dynamics, Philippines Red Cross Dynamics deployment, and AIM on-premise to Cloud Office 365 migration, at Technopreneur, CEO of Hacktive Collab Inc., netizens, virtual sitting ovation naman dyan para sa Giannis ng Microsoft Philippines. Let us call on Mr. Paul Soliman, the first Microsoft most valuable professional for business application in the Philippines. Hello, good morning po, Sir Paul.
Good
Morning
morning,
po.
Teacher Zari, Teacher Mardy. Wow, this is like a good, avenue to share our passion as well, no? So, galing. I'm just, so like, very happy that we have this in the Philippines. So, we called it that, technically we have our education in the school, but this one, di ba, yung mga micro courses and also other stuff that we can share online. And I think mas in a way na-enhance yung ating technical capabilities when we do this, no? Kasi mas informal, pero at the end of the day, mas madaling sundan yung mga steps. So I'll be sharing that later.
Yes. At ready na po ang ating mga viewers for you, Mr. Paul Soliman. Please take it away.
All right. I think I'm just gonna wait for my presentation. Am I plugged? I'm good. Am I good? All right. Yun. Okay. So again, I'm Paul Soliman. Thank you sa ating mga nagagadahang teachers that introduced me, and thank you for our audience na gumising ng maaga. Maraming salamat. So I'm the CEO and CTO of Hacktive Collab Inc. So technically I'm the first Microsoft Business Applications MVP in the Philippines. So for business applications, so meaning ito po yung mga software or application ni Microsoft na ginagamitan ng CRM or yung Customer Relationship Management, ERP, enrollment system, yan, no? So then po tayo nagpakadalubhasa, ay ang ating career ay nabuhos dyan, no? Sa pagpapa-enhance ng mga applications na ganyan dito sa Philippines, no? Started my career since 2009. Yan na po yung ginagawa natin. Alright, so I'm here for today to, share you how to rebuild and reimagine since we hit by pandemic. Marami sa ating nagtatanong, ano ba ang landscape ng technology sa Pilipinas? And as a non-tech person, no? Paano kung hindi ako tech, Paul? Ano ba gagawin ko? Let's say educator ako or teacher ako or even student, no? So, paano ba kami makakahabol dyan? Hindi naman kami developer. Paano ba kami makakagawa ng app namin? So, that's I'm gonna be discussing today. So, if we can move the slide. All right, so nung dumating yung pandemic, as I mentioned, we didn't have a blueprint to rebound. Meaning, masyadong maraming nangyayari. In fact, nung dumating po yung pandemic, wala talaga tayong blueprint, wala tayong sinusunod. Let's say, for example, sa tech, no? So, imagine, dahil sa pandemic, we forced to be online every time, di ba? It's Microsoft Teams, di ba? Ang dami, every day of our lives, nasa Microsoft Teams tayo, naka-monitor tayo, parang ito na yung reality of Pinoy Big Brother, right? Kasi we're at home. Of course, I have 3 kids, so yung dalawa nag-aaral, no? So I saw how the teacher works, how of course my wife works as well, no? So lahat broadcasted, lahat online, no? So before I start, I just want to, I think kung di nyo pa to nababalitaan, pero if I can go to my next slide. So from April, next slide please. from March to April, no, last year to, when the lockdown started, no. So do you know that we consumed 2 years worth of digital transformation in 2 months time? This is data, no. So imagine, no, nung pre-pandemic, medyo nahihirapan talaga tayo na mag-evangelize, because I'm doing evangelization for for tech generally, for us to adapt cloud. Ang hirap kasi medyo yung ibang tao gusto pa rin nila, on-premise, o yung nasa server pa rin nila sa office or sa school. And yung adoption also ng mga cloud applications like accounting, enrollment system, hindi pa rin ganun ka-open. Also this one, no, yung mga webinars na yan, and also Zoom meeting, Teams meeting, etc. Ano yan, medyo mahirap gawin. Hindi naman mahirap, the tool is ready, pero wala pang masyadong nag-a-adapt. But according to Microsoft, this came from Satya Nadella. I watched this. For about 2 years, for about 2 months, we consumed 2 years worth of digital transformation data. It's like 4.1 billion meeting minutes in Microsoft Teams and 75 million daily active users. Guys, imagine that. That's how, Philippines and the whole world is adapting, no? Or are adapting into this digital transformation era, no? So marami pang mangyayari. This is like, sabi nga namin, pandemic really accelerated the digital transformation in the whole world. So, I'm a full-time futurist and technologies as well. That's why binabantayan namin talaga yung growth ng pag-adapt ng mga bansa sa digital transformation, no? So this is what we saw. Ngayon, for us to be able to adapt, no, paano ba yan? So that's I'm gonna be discussing later. And again, as I mentioned, medyo magpapakita tayo dito ng live, no, na walang practice ng paggawa ng application, na wala tayong kailangan na tech skills, kung paano tayo matututong gumawa ng app for your particular need, no? So if I can go to my next slide. All right, so there are sudden changes in our working behaviors because of COVID-19. Speed of operation, online every time, how we work, di ba? Yung mga, I know, yung mga teachers, sometimes nasa bahay, sometimes nandun kayo sa talagang classroom for you to be able to, to have an online classes. And of course, our students, for me, I'm a parent, my kids are really, studying at home, no? So, see, when COVID-19 came, or the pandemic came, talagang as in nabago yung working behaviors natin. And the good thing with this, no, I'm not saying pandemic is good, but what I'm saying is we are forced to adapt. Now, we have on my next slide, I will be tackling yung phases, no. So just to update you, ito po yung nangyayari, no. Yung phase 1, how we responded is like remote management, cloud collaboration tools like Microsoft Teams, like this one, Facebook Messenger, Facebook calls, etc. So yan, yung mga collaboration tool, video conferencing, online classroom, that was forced, no. These tools were forced, or us were forced, no, for us to be able to adapt to these tools. Meaning wala pong nag sa atin, wala pong in a way na tao or na company na even our government na pinili tayo na gumamit nito. It's not. It's really like the situation forced us to use these tools, no? And in fact, as I mentioned, Microsoft Teams, imagine po natin yan, 4.1 billion minutes, no, in just 2 months, no. Sobrang dami. So in phase 2, what we're seeing, as a tech entrepreneur, no, or in a way, for me as a futurist and technologist also here in the Philippines, mangyayari na po, of course may talks na kung magre-return na ba tayo sa work and school as well. So pag nangyari po yun, ang response natin, or ang ginagawa na ngayon ng technology industry sa Philippines and also sa ibang bansa is nandyan na po yung mga anywhere operations na tool, yung tipong alam natin may mga ibang companies na hindi na sila talaga babalik sa office, no? So they're also discussing that. And in the education sector, may mga discussion about that, but of course I'm not the right person to to conclude that. But at the end of the day, because everything can be operated in your house or in the beach, no? Pag naka-leave tayo, pwede tayo magtrabaho sa beach. So yun yung mga tools ngayon na magiging relevant this 2021. And phase 3, ito yung pinaka-favorite namin kasi if you're familiar with Black Mirror, no, o yung pag may napanood kayo ng mga, sci-fi movie before, kala natin di magkakatotoo yung mga yun, but it's happening already. And in the pastry, as you can see, the hybrid workforces, citizen developer-led work, I'm going to be discussing about that. That's going to be my specific topic for today. The Eagle Eye, if you watch the movie Eagle Eye, the AI that sees everything, the quantum computing, etc., and IoT and AI-driven workplaces. So this one kala natin yung sci-fi movie lang to before, no, nung Black Mirror, no. But again, as I mentioned, since we dito sa pandemic, no, nagkaroon ng pandemic, biglang na-accelerate, biglang parang okay, kala namin sci-fi lang sila. So pwede na palang mangyari ngayon yung mga napapanood lang natin sa mga sci-fi movies, no. So if I'm gonna go to my next slide. So technically, what we need to do to rebuild and reimagine. So you see the problem, no? Parang ang daming nangyayari sa tech industry, ang daming nangyayari not only in the tech industries but also, I mean, as society, as human, ang dami nating kailangan i-adapt or ang daming nangyari about the evolution na hindi tayo nakakahabol, no? So today, I want you to have a thought para paano ba tayo magre-rebuild? Paano ba tayo magre-reimagine, no? So technically, in the system or in the application industry or in the application or programming world or tech world, if I'm gonna use that term, dati, may mga closed system tayo na tinatawag. When we say closed system, ang mga nakakagawa lang nito, yung mga developer. Ibig sabihin, of course, hindi natin pwedeng pakialaman yan pag di naman tayo tech, no? But nowadays, even pre-pandemic, Microsoft adjusted already to what we call the democratized system. So that's I'm gonna be focusing on, no? So fixed strategy to agile. So meaning, alam naman natin on the corporate side, di ba, meron tayong mga corporate planning and also org planning sa ating government or other organization. But nowadays kasi because nga pabago-bago, when the pandemic hits, hindi mo talaga alam, wala kang blueprint. So mas nagiging agile na ngayon, no, yung mga corporation or even organization to do their leadership, no, or paano ba makakahabol yung isang particular organization dito sa pabago-bagong panahon. So technically, gumagamit na sila ng mga agile methodology to do that. So next slide, please. So what tools and apps do I need to rebuild? So accessible anywhere and also secured kasi nasa cloud ka na, no? So but of course, mahabang discussion to. May ibang topic tayo for this, no? But what I want to highlight here, if you're gonna click my slide, is the people-driven tools, no? Yan. So, ito yung gusto kong i-highlight today. Medyo malaki-laki yung scope actually nitong session o yung topic, but for time's sake, I wanna highlight the people-driven tools for us to be, para maka-rebuild, no? Saka matulungan tayo mag-reimagine. Paano ba tayo makaka-adapt dito sa ating pabago-bago na landscape ng technology. So if I can, if you go to the next slide. All right. So people-driven tools, in a simple word, is for us to be able to bridge the technology gap. So when I say technology gap, malawak yung ibig sabihin. Let's say pwedeng in the small and medium enterprises or SMBs or SMEs, ang sinasabi natin, parang yung iba kasing companies walang pang-invest sa technology. So technically may gap din yun. But in a way, dito sa topic natin, I want to discuss na parang may gap kasi between the technical person and the non-technical person. So technically, pag ikaw hindi ka developer or programmer, there is a notion that of course hindi ka makakahabol kasi kailangan mo mag-hire or kailangan mo ng kaibigan na developer for you to be able to create application or for you to be able to automate, etc. But now Microsoft, because of the democratized technology, can already bridge the gap between the non-technical and the technical person, no, or people. All right. So if I'm gonna go to the next slide. All right. So I just want to highlight. Siguro I don't know if alam niyo na tong term na to, pero this is a learning as well, no? So a citizen developer refers to an end user. All right. I just want to highlight this one. Citizen developer. Sana makatulong sa inyo to, no? This is a new, terminology for us, no? So end user po to. Yung citizen developer, 'di ba, meron tayong pro developer, yung professional developer. So ito yung mga programmer, developers, tech guys, etc. So ngayon, kinokoin natin tong bagong language na to or word na to, citizen developer. Ito yung end user who creates new application. Oh wow, Paul, pwede na pala yan. Pwede na pala mag-create yung end user natin ng application kahit walang technical background. Yes, so I'm gonna show that later. It's not a professional developer who is paid to code application, but an amateur. So meaning from zero to hero, as in kahit wala po kayong kaalam-alam sa dev, pwede kayong maging developer or citizen developer. Someone who uses the tools available to him, her, for building application that is her and team can or will use during the course of their work. Alam ko dito sa mga teachers and educators, lalo na sa mga Microsoft ambassadors, marami na rin po akong naging talk with them, no. So ang mga educators natin, lalo on the Microsoft space, medyo creative sila at ginagamit na talaga nila yung Office 365 for example or Microsoft 365 na hindi na sila nanghihingi ng tulong sa mga tech person like me. As in, sila na yung gumagamit, sila na yung nag-a-administer, no? We want to extend that. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang administration, hindi lang pag-a-add ng user, hindi lang Excel online, hindi lang OneDrive, hindi lang Teams. Pero punta tayo dun sa side na parang tipong pwede pala, Paul, na kahit hindi kami developer, mag-create kami ng app. Alright? So pupunta tayo dun sa side na yan. If I'm gonna go to my next slide. All right, so let me introduce to you Power Platform. So Power Platform is an integrated system, or this is the democratized system that I'm talking about, that can help you to create for Power BI to create your business intelligence, for Power Apps to create an application without coding or mobile app without coding, Power Automate to create workflow management or system that you can, automate your system. Let's say, for example, yung student nagpasa ng assignment, automatic, gusto ko ma-receive ko yan via SMS or via email. Without even a coding, you can do that. Power Virtual Agent is something that, can help you to do a chatbot, no, without even coding. So marami yan. I think for the sake of time, I'm gonna be focusing on Power Apps. Pero you can, later I can give you my link in. May mga blogs po ako na ginawa dyan for us to be able to use, no, this Power Platform tools para ma-extend natin yung capability natin as citizen developer. If I'm gonna go to the next slide. Okay, so I think I'm in demo time now. So if I can share allowed naman ako mag-share ng screen dito, no? So yeah, so what I'm gonna do, eto po sinasabi ko sa inyo, we can create an app, no? We can create an app without even coding or without even, using a programming language or IDE or let's say Visual Studio for us to be able to create an app. Ready na ba kayo? I mean, check ako ng mga comments. Ready ba kayo dito? So, ma-access nyo naman to later, no? So, pwede nyo ulit-ulitin yung video. But this one is a disclaimer lang po dito. Kailangan lang po is naka Office 365 kayo for you to be able to do this. So, walang special app. Okay? Para magamit yung Power Platform, wala po akong special app na gagamitin. It's there on your Office 365. If hindi nyo siya makita, ask your system administrator sa school nyo or even sa DepEd, no, for you to be able to have this app. Pero walang special installation na gagawin. In fact, ready na siya for you to be able to use. So I'm gonna share my screen now. Okay, sharing my screen. Sige. Naka-share, ayun. Alright. So I'm gonna stop my camera. So yan. For the sake of hindi kayo fumocus sa itsura ko pero sa screen ko para maayos, no, yung ating pag-share. Alright. So nakikita na ba yung screen ko? Okay, can I get a comment there kung nakikita nyo na po yung screen ko? Yan. Nakikita na ba natin yung screen ko? Yung Office 365 screen. Okay? Okay. Yes. So may nakita na ako. Yes daw. Alright. I'll go there. So, the first tool that I want to show you is SharePoint, no? So, si SharePoint, alam natin to dahil alam ko meron na dito mga Microsoft 365 sa schools natin or Office 365 na ginagamit natin yung SharePoint for the sites, no, yung collaboration, file sharing, etc. So etong ano na to, etong tool na to, very used to pagdating sa file sharing and also portals, no, yung mga intranet. Pero alam nyo ba na ang SharePoint is pwede siyang mag-act as an online database like an Excel. So meaning, of course, mas maganda yung SharePoint in terms of security and also yung pag-handle niya ng data kesa sa Excel. Syempre, ang Excel, sinasabi nga natin, it's a spreadsheet, not a database, but if you want to use it, then that's fine. But meaning, even without a special license, SharePoint is available already in your Office 365 and you can use it as your online database. So ang gagawin ko ngayon, kasi ang scenario ko, sorry, hindi ko na yung sa PowerPoint ang nakalagay po doon, kung ako yung teacher, pero wala akong system na sarili or even your school, I want to create my own grading system. Para lang meron akong app, no, to encode yung grades ng aking mga estudyante na hindi ko na kailangan gumamit ng Excel, gumamit ng ibang application. Gusto ko sa Office 365 ko or Microsoft Teams, nandun na yung grading system na gagawin ko. So what I'm gonna do, the first thing in software development, okay, language natin, so para lang i-align ko kayo, is may tinatawag tayo na database. Yung database, ito yung ginagamit natin for us to be able to store our data, no? So, gagawa ngayon tayo ng ating database. So, dito, pag nakita natin, meron tayong tinatawag dito na SharePoint list. Click lang natin yan. So, si list, ito yung parang pinaka-Excel mo, no? Pinaka-Excel mo na online. Na ba? Of course, merong Excel online. So, ito, pwede mo rin kuhanin yung Excel tables mo para i-upload sa SharePoint para siya na yung mag-act as your online database. But what I'm gonna do today is I want to create a new one. So, grading app. So, yan. Kunyari, yung ipapangalan natin sa ating database. So, it will create it. So, yan. So, pag na-create na niya, pag napapansin mo, meron tayo ditong parang Excel-like interface na pwede ka na mag-add ng column, etc. So, ang gagawin ko, mag-add lang ako ng column, no? So, say for example, doon ako sa grading system na numbers like 85, 81. So, lalagyan ko to. Grade. So, number, maglalagay ako ng default value, kunyari 0, and then save. Now, gusto kong palitan tong title as student name, no? Kasi kailangan kong kuhanin yung student name. So, lalagyan ko siya ng student name. Well, ano pa? Let's say, gusto ko naman subject, no? Pwede ko din to lagyan ng subject. So, maglalagay ako ng choice. Siyempre, gusto ko naka-look up yung subject ko. So, ibig sabihin, value siya, hindi siya nababago. So, I want to create choice na naka-look up. So, let's say English. So, dito is math. So, dito is, let's say, language. Oh, sorry. So, Filipino na lang kasi syempre, I love Philippines, no? So, we can save it, no? And then, what else? Section, for example. So, pwede tayo maglagay ng section dito na choice din. So, section, yung level, kahit hindi nyo na ilagay, kasi assuming that ako yung teacher, may tinuturuan ako na isang level, no? Pero pag multiple level, pwede kayo maglagay na column na level. Let's say, maglalagay muna ako ng section. Let's say, for example, Venus, Earth, usually ganyan sa college, eh. Sorry, sa elementary, no? So, and let's say Pluto. Okay, then save. So, technically, what will happen is meron na po akong database. So, kung wala pang app, kung hindi kayo gagawa ng app, pwede nyo nang gamitin actually si SharePoint to encode grades here, no? So, pag nag-press ka ng new, so maglalagay ako, say for example, Paul Suliman, okay? Then, ang subject ko is English, ang section ko is Venus, then, pwede ako mag-attach, no, ng picture or whatever. Kunyari, may gusto kayong pa-validate, o kaya yung scorecard niya talaga, etc. Gusto yung i-upload. So, meron tayo yan, no? Nasi-save natin din dito yan. So, save. Pag prines ko yung save, makikita nyo, may data na yan. So, eto pa lang, no? Eto pa lang ginawa ko na po na to, system na to. As in, this is a full-fledged system. May user interface na siya. Kailangan mo lang, of course, maging familiar dito kung paano gagamitin. Pero, Paul, paano ba ako mag-create ng app? So, eto na. So, from this SharePoint database or SharePoint list, it's so easy to create an app using this button that we call integrate. And if I go to Power Apps, you see that I can now create my app. So the good thing about this is when I press the create an app, Microsoft already automated the creation of app na hindi na po kayo gagawa from scratch. Meron ng list, meron ng add, delete button, etc. I'm gonna show that. But before I show that, let me just go to the comment. So, kung naiintindihan pa ba natin kung nasa na tayo? Yes ba sa comment? So, nakahabol ba tayo? Alam po ba natin yung SharePoint bago ako mag-start sa Power Apps? Okay. So, meron ba ditong nakakahabol? Okay naman. Start tayo sa Power Apps, no? Okay, sige. So, okay. So, nagsasabi dito, yes, naiintindihan namin. Clear naman. Thank you. Because the next thing that I will do, this is gonna be amazing. And you can see here how powerful is Microsoft Power Platform to create an app even without, creating it from scratch. So, mag-automate na siya. Okay? Sorry, medyo mga technical jargon yung inispit natin, pero sana, di ba, maintindihan natin. But I think yes. So I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna turn off my camera again so you can be focused on what I'm gonna do. All right. So sharing my screen again. Okay. All right. So nandito ako sa SharePoint. Dito ako naputol. So what I want to do now, Paul. Sinasabi mo kayang mag-create ng app without even coding or without even creating it from scratch, no? So pwede. So may tinatawag tayo dito na create an app sa ating SharePoint. Integrate. Click integrate, then go to Power Apps. You can see that there is like create an app here. You can also see that there is a create a flow. Flow is a workflow management system. We can do that on another topic, no? So, pag na-invite ulit ako. But here, I'm gonna show Power App. So, I'll create an app now. So, technically, what you need to do is to just name your app. Let's say, for example, I'm gonna name this as Grading App. Okay? So, create. Right. So, it will go to, Power Platform Studio or Power App Studio. So, technically, what it does now is it's the creation of app from SharePoint kasi it's automatic. You can also create from scratch, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna do this for this na ganito yung manner, no? Ganito yung activity na gagawin. So we can have another session, for like creating an app from scratch. But for this one, I just press create an app. I just put name on my app, and ang nakikita po natin ngayon, gumagawa na po ng app si Power Apps, okay? Gumagawa na ng app si Power Apps for you to not to code anymore. All right? So, maraming use po yung Power Platform. Hindi lang po siya sa pag-create ng app, but also sa pag-manage ng workflow and pag-chat, no? O pag-create ng chatbot. All right. So, created na po yung app ko. So, technically, as you can see, nagkaroon na po siya ng mga object dito na tinatawag, grading app, etc. So, the basic one is, let's say, for example, for the sake of time, gusto ko tong ibahin yung pangalan ng app ko. Baka kasi sabihin nyo, templated pala yan, petty pala na naka-ano na pala siya, naka-fix na ganyan. No, you can customize or you can edit or personalize this application for you to be able to, to really, in a way, maswak nyo siya kung anong user interface or user experience yung gusto nyo, no? So yan, nakikita nyo po, pwede nating baguhin. So pwede ko rin tong ibahin, no? Tong team na to, let's say, ayoko ng blue, gusto ko, let's say, for example, is green, no? So pwede nyo palitan yung team sa green. So pwede rin kayong mag-create ng like, parang sarili yung user interface na maglagay ng mga icon, etc. You can also do that in this specific application. But what I'm gonna show you today, without even coding, without even creating it from scratch, meron na akong ready grading app. So ano ba, Paul, yung ginagawa nung grading app na yan? So I previewed it. I pressed the play button. So siya yung preview. So makikita nyo dito na dahil nag-encode po ako sa SharePoint, si Paul Suliman, nakita nyo nagkaroon na ng data dito si Paul Suliman. So let's say i-encode ko naman yung isang estudyante ko, let's say si Grace ko, no? Tapos maglalagay ako dito ng grade na 95 for her Filipino or math, no? And then section niya is, let's say, Pluto. For example lang naman. So, marami kayong fields na pwedeng ilagay dyan, no? So, hindi lang yan. So, press submit. And then, kung makikita nyo, na-encode na dito si Grace ko. Pag bumalik ako sa database, i-refresh ko lang po. So, nakita nyo na na-encode na rin si Grace ko sa aking SharePoint. So, technically, guys, kung makikita nyo po yan, in less than, 15 minutes, nakagawa na ako ng sarili kong app for grading system. And ang sense nito is may back-end kayo. Meron kayong database na pinaglalagyan na hindi makukurap, like an Excel lang na nakalagay sa desktop nyo or PC nyo. So this is online as long as your school subscribe to to Microsoft 365, you can already use this particular system, no? So yan, marami pa po kayong pwedeng i-add dyan. So let's say si Sir Francis, i-add ko dito, Francis Hernandez, no? As my student. So naiiba naman to yung title, pwede nyong ibahin yan. 85, then subject niya, let's say Filipino, then section is, let's say Venus, then I can already add Francis. So pag bumalik ulit ako sa database, makikita nyo na na-add ko na rin si Francis. So that particular, technology is the reason why I'm saying it's bridging the gap. Kasi kung makikita nyo po, never akong nagsulat ng single line of code for me to be able to give you this. And in fact, because the topic is, about entrepreneurship, Hacktiv just, assisting and collaborating with non-tech people whether in private sector, in education, in government, for them to be able to be adapted to this kind of technology na meron na pala, no, na pwede na nating gumawa ng complex system without even investing into a developer in a coding. So what you need to know as well is hindi naman magiging obsolete yung ating mga developers or mga programmers, kasi they need to be upgraded into a more complex in a way problems na kailangan nilang solve through their programming language or codes, let's say AI, quantum computing, so marami pa yan. But for the particular activities like this, like grading system, etc., you don't need a developer to do it. If you have Power Platform and Microsoft 365, and everything that you can imagine is really possible already. All right. If I'm gonna go back to my slide, my last point there. So, sir, pwedeng paki-flash ang ating deck. So I just want to, show my last point. Check. Anyway, sige. Without even my deck, no. So, ang gusto ko lang naman sabihin, I think this needs to be, the key takeaway of our audience, no. So, sige, next slide po. Yan. So, eto yung gusto kong sabihin. Eto yung lagi kong sinasabi when I'm going to my customer to pitch something. I'm also, doing, so I sit in one of the schools in the Philippines, nagsisit po ako as board. So, lagi kong sinasabi, even sa mga students and teachers, na the nice to have today is a must have tomorrow. So, wag tayong matakot mag-embrace ng new technology. So, technically, what we're saying is, guys, yung technology, hindi po natin yan kalaban, no? Usually, yung ibang problema is, natatakot sila kasi mawawalan sila ng trabaho, etc. No. If you do that, if natakot kayo, mas mawawalan kayo ng trabaho kasi hindi kayo makaka-adapt. But at the end of the day, what I'm always saying is adapted people plus democratized technology is always future ready. Whatever your career is, whether you're a teacher, a CPA, even if you have a clerical work, don't be afraid to learn new things. If you know this, then technically you can create your own app, you can create your own system, and I think you will be adapted to the next or to what's happening, to what will happen to our society and to our world. So I think that's my next slide. So thank you. I'm open for Q&A if we have time. So if you want to know more about me, just follow me in link, or you can search. Pwede nyong i-google sa Bing. No, I'm just kidding. Pwede nyong i-google, just Google Paul Space Soliman, and you can see there my work and contribution as well to the Microsoft community. So stay safe, and if you have questions, I'm here to answer. Okay. Napasok natin
Ayan,
yung
hello
team.
po. So, please accept our thanks for a great presentation, Sir Paul. Ako, na-amaze ako doon. Pwede na pala akong gumawa ng application, no? Nang kahit hindi nagpo-program. That's a new thing for me, actually. Yeah. For sure, your words inspired po our viewers and open up potential business ideas to them for them to use and maybe to share to their student as well. Lalo na at mga educators ang majority of our viewers. For me naman po, what marked to me from your presentation, sir, nakarelate po ako dun sa part na sinabi nyo na pwede na tayong makapag-work while habang nasa beach tayo. Nabanggit niyo yung kanina, sir. Anyway, kidding aside, I really like the idea of developing an app for my sideline actually. Kung di po natatanong ninyo, isa po akong digital entrepreneur. Nagsisimulang digital entrepreneur, yes. I have my own online shop po kasi and I think having an app for it maybe in the future would make a difference sa business ko. Diba, no? How about you, Teacher Mardy? I think you also pick up a thing or two from Mr. Paul's discussion.
Definitely. Gusto ko yung last line ni Sir Paul eh. The nice
Oh,
to have
yeah.
today is a must have tomorrow. Lalo na yung takot natin para gawin. Sabi nga dito, nakarelate din yung si Teacher Gosh Lanzar. Hindi ako natatakot, sir. Natatakot ako kung magkamali ako. Pero 'di ba nga kahit magkamali, pero dapat matuto tayo din sa pagkakamali and it will help us to become better. So parang sa technology, minsan talaga maraming trial and error. Tama na 'di ba, sir? Lalo na sa programming. So hindi siya sobrang straight na language na isang code mo lang, makukuha mo yung tamang
True.
sequence ng flow ng code. So usually yan madaming trial and error at marami talagang pag-change ng codes para mas tumama at sumakto yung application. So sir, given that no sa idea na yan, I have a question for you. Sabi, sir, parang as an educator no, kasi syempre kami lalong-lalo na ngayon with the switch sa lahat online and then yung mga power apps na sinishare nyo ngayon lang namin natututunan. So as an educator, ano po yung mga tips nyo for us na talagang kakailanganin namin so that we could slowly welcome yung new age of technology, lalong-lalo na sa aming pagtuturo. Kasi definitely, hindi na siya mawawala. Sabi nyo nga, sir, di ba, it will become a hybrid for workforce in the coming years to come.
Yeah. Thank you, Teacher Mardy, for that question. So, okay, ganito lang kasimple. Not even with educator, actually lahat, no? Lahat to. What we're seeing kasi ako ang tagal ko na nag-i-implement ng mga business apps, and even some of like tools na madaling gamitin or even mahirap. Ang problema kasi mindset. Okay, I want to call out that. So if you don't have the proper mindset to learn these technologies, then wala rin. Kasi at the end of the day, you will pag ang ginagawa lang natin, okay siyang maging hobby, pero kung gagawin mo lang for the sake of kasi may kailangan kang gawin or to finish, then don't do it anymore. Just ask another people to do it. Because the problem, if you don't give your 100% on something, in terms of focus or in terms of passion and in terms of the love for the craft, and then you will not be able to learn. All right? So I just want to say yung kanina, 'di ba, parang trial and error, failure. Kasama dito 'yon. At the end of the day, sabi nga natin, growth mindset is really embracing the failure and moving on after that, 'di ba, and learning something. And in fact, our brain, this is factual, our brain is really getting what do you call this, better and better if we're thinking and if we're failing, right? Kasi if nothing changed, then nothing changes, no? So that's the first thing, your mindset. You need to be embracing this new technology. Parang gusto kong matuto, kailangan ko yan, right? And then second, you need to do it, we believe, diba, that habit, diba, is gonna be our attitude and character, right? So it needs to be on our habit, right? So meaning, if gusto mo talagang matuto, gusto mo talagang maging expert sa isang bagay, even coding or even non-code, even power apps, then gawin mo siya araw-araw or put time on it. Let's say, in a week, gusto kong, kahit yung app nyo, invento nyo lang o sa tingin nyo makakatulong for a specific person, mag-practice kayo, no, to do that. In fact, sabi nga natin, we're very blessed that yung mga naka-Office 365 or Microsoft 365 na natin na educator, you have that. It's a free tool. no? It's a free tool for you to practice. So use that in a way 3 times a week, no? Practice kayo sa Microsoft Learn. I think I can plug that. So punta kayo sa Microsoft Learn, just search that, then everything is there, even Power Apps ERP system. And lastly, of course, you need to find it very kailangan may purpose, 'di ba? So while creating an application, it should have a purpose, not only creating it for nothing or for whatever reason, but you need to have a purpose on creating something so you can be inspired.
Ayan. Thank you, Sir Paul. So, mindset, habit, and purpose. So, tandaan po natin yan. Yan yung mga tatlong bagay para mag-succeed tayo sa as simple as creating an app kahit na hindi tayo mga developers. How about you, Ms. Zari? Do you have any question for Sir Paul?
Yes po. And before I give you another question from our comment box, sir, so I just want to reiterate lang talaga na failure is an ingredient for success. So don't, wag niyo pong hayaan na makastop yan sa inyo para mag-succeed kayo at para ma-develop or magkaroon ng progress kayo sa inyong mga sarili-sariling mga natatagong quality dyan sa inyong mga katawan. So don't be scared sa failure. Kailangan talaga natin yan in any aspects of our life. Ayan, dami ko sinabi. Anyway, so, Sir Paul, may question po tayo from our comment box from Teacher Krisa. Sabi niya, "Good morning, sir. Admin assistant po ako at gusto ko pong gumawa ng database sa school personnel namin. Like, in one click, I can access the person's record. Is it possible po sa Power Apps? Thank you."
Yeah. So ano ulit yung name niya? Sorry. Si Miss
Teacher
can
Krisa,
you
sir.
repeat? Sorry? Teacher
Teacher
Krisa.
Krisa, yeah.
Yeah, Teacher Krisa. Yeah, Teacher Krisa is very simple, no? So, kung may Microsoft 365 yung org mo or yung school mo, you just go to SharePoint, yung pinakita ko kanina. So, SharePoint and then use SharePoint list. Well, I can, mamaya I can send link naman, no, sa chat box para you can go there, very basic creation. So, even in Microsoft Teams, may tinatawag tayo na list, no? So, makikita nyo yan pag nag-add kayo. So that list or SharePoint list, isa lang naman yan, magkaiba lang ng interface. That's gonna be that is going to be your database po, no? So by using that SharePoint list, pwede na kayong mag-add ng mga field na gusto nyo or yung column, no? Parang Excel. Or in fact, pwede nyo nga gawin, so kung kaya nyo mag-create ng table sa Excel, di ba? Student name, grades, or yung sinasabi natin like record, logs, whatever. Let's say, kung admin assistant po kayo, let's say gusto yung mag-create ng document management system, pwede rin. Meaning, let's say, yung lahat ng papers na pinapirma, gusto yung lagyan ng logbook, whatever, you can do that in SharePoint. So, go to SharePoint list, upload your Excel table, or even create there your own columns and fields. Then, may button po doon na create an app or sa integrate, then create a Power Apps. So pag click nyo po yun, automatic mag-create na siya ng app. Pero be mindful that Power Apps is just, your user interface. It's not really the database. So you need to understand as well the concept of yung SharePoint list or Excel online.
All right. So thank you po, Sir Paul. I think hopefully Teacher Krisa that Sir Paul already answered you clearly po. No? Then later, sabi niya nga po, he will be sharing us some links para mas matulungan pa tayo with our journey with this Power Apps. Right, Sir Paul? So,
yes.
All right. So, marami na po dito sa ating comments box na nagti-thank you that they have learned a lot from your discussion, Sir Paul. O, ayan, sabi po dito ni Teacher Sigfred, thank you, Sir Paul. Lalo na po sabi rin ni Teacher Lina Maiso, sabi niya, thank you, Sir Paul, for the new learnings. Ayan, Miss Mardy.
Meron dito, sir, ang ganda ng comment niya. Ni Teacher Lala Navel Esquivel. Sabi niya, astig, sir. Need talaga maging active ang mga teachers sa ngayon. Di ba? Pasok
Talaga,
na pasok.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Do we have more questions from our comment box, teachers? Habang may time pat nandito pa sa atin si Sir Paul, why don't you ask him questions pa po? Ayan. So, Power Apps talaga, sabi ni Teacher Ana Walin Bakar. Ayan. Thank you for the words of wisdom on technology. Sabi naman po ni Teacher May Racelis. Alright. There you go. So, okay. So, if you have more questions later on, just feel free to comment in our chat box. Then later, baka po ma-check pa yan ni Sir Paul, then masagot niya kayo sa ating comment box as well. Thank you very much, Sir Paul, for your wonderful sharing. Ayan, next time po sana makita pa namin po kayo ulit dito at makapagturo pa kayo ng about Power BI and application development. Okay, thank you so much po, Sir Paul. Mamaya po ulit, kita tayo.
Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, guys.
Miss Mardy?
Ayan. Sir Paul, sit back and relax. Tatawagin po namin ulit kayo. Hindi pa po tapos. Makikita pa po ulit natin si Sir Paul later. Kaya if
Yes.
you have questions dyan po sa ating chat box, continue to ask them, type them in para po in any time, pwede pa rin kayong sagutin ni Sir Paul. So now, it's time for our Mentimeter portion.
Ang
Yes.
hindi
So
mawawala sa ating session, syempre.
yes, it's time to know your thoughts po. We want to know your thoughts. We would love to hear you about digital entrepreneurship. So
Mhm.
please go to www.menti.com and ang ating key code for today, ayan, ay 95670714. So you could also look po, may parang banner tayo dyan sa taas ng ating screen to guide you para ma-access ang ating Mentimeter for today. Again, go to www.menti.com and use the code 95670714. So, post na rin po sa ating chat box or sa comments section po
Ayan,
ang
meron na.
ating code for
Code.
today. So, wag po kayong mahihiya dahil dito sa ating Mentimeter walang tama o mali. Pwede nyong i-share lahat ng thoughts nyo. For example, what is digital entrepreneurship? Ano po ba yung idea na nakuha nyo based po dun sa discussion pa lang ni Sir Paul? And who is a digital entrepreneur? Ano ang ginagawa ng isang digital entrepreneur or why try digital entrepreneurship, 'di ba? So dito
Mhm.
sa ating Menti, anonymous ang responses, kaya please don't be shy. Share your thoughts with
Go,
us.
type.
Ayan. So, type nyo lang po talaga lahat ng thoughts nyo, lalo na doon sa mga bago nyong natutunan kay Sir Paul or even before, kung narinig nyo na yung term na digital entrepreneurship. Lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon, marami nagsasabi na, yes, I'm a digital entrepreneur. Everything is online. I find my success
Yeah.
online. Lahat ay online. So,
Totoo
please,
yan.
we will wait for your answers. So while waiting for further insights, Teacher Zari, ano ba ang
Oh,
take
yes.
mo about digital entrepreneurship?
Digital entrepreneurship. For me, I think it is a new age of sa pagnenegosyo ngayon, right? Na kahit mag-end ang pandemic, yung situation that we are in right now, it is actually a certain change na since we are living in a generation of people, majority of people who have access and into technology, Miss Mardi, no, I think anyone who sells online and use technology in a way to promote their product is already considered a digital entrepreneur. And why should we shift to digital entrepreneurship? So, in my understanding, it is effective, lalo na nowadays, and it will not just give you opportunity to grow your business from a click, but it also gives you a chance to para mag-multitask ka. For me, kasi for example lang naman, Miss Mardy, no? 'Di ba may sideline nga ako. So habang nagwo-wait ka ng turn mo to do a training in your job, for example lang po ito, you can quickly answer an inquiry ng customer mo, 'di ba? Or while waiting for orders to settle, you can make a poster for your products. Mga ganong mga multitask ba? Or habang naghihintay ka ng mga kausap yung mga customers mo dyan, pwede ka kumakain. Kasi chat lang, pwede mo na silang kausap or anything, things like that. So, ganon. That's my take about digital entrepreneurship. How about our viewers, Miss Mardy? May mga sagot na ba tayo dyan sa ating mentee?
Ayan, may mga sagot na tayo nakikita. Sabi nga dito, business using internet. Tamang-tama naman talaga, no? Lahat ng shinare kanina ni Sir Paul, kailangan mo lang i-access yung Microsoft 365 SharePoint mo at makakagawa ka na ng app. Businessman who uses a certain online platform. Oh,
True.
parang ikaw, Ms. Zari, no?
Yes,
Online
businesswoman
business.
here.
Ayan, online marketing, internet business, social media marketing, entrepreneurship using digital technology, process, can someone help us to scroll down para makita pa natin yung ibang mga answers dahil dumadami na po sila. So we would love
Ay,
to. Yan.
napakasaya. Ang daming nag-send.
Pakibalik po ng onte. Ayan. Innovation. Gusto ko yung innovation. Knowledge. It's communicating virtually to customers. Ikaw naman, Teacher Zari.
Sige, I will try my best to read this, Miss Mardy, ha? Medyo, alam mo naman, struggling ang eyes natin dyan. Sabi, online business citizen to keep abreast into digital world. True. Digital entrepreneurship is working using technology. Teachers are one of the digital entrepreneur since we are working online. Very true. Baba nga
Totoo
po tayo
yan.
dyan. Meron pa po tayo dyan sa bandang baba. Ayan, salamat po. Venturing, online business, creating new ventures, entrepreneurship using technology through digitools. Is that it digitools? Am I reading it correctly? Online shopping and business. And it is a digital way that you can use an easiest platform. Magkamukha na kami ng screen ko. Miss Marty.
Sige, ako na. Tutulong ko dyan. Gusto ko
Please.
dito, yung sabi niya, digital entrepreneurship is our future. Tama naman, kasi lalong-lalo na ngayon, everything shifted to the virtual world. Innovative application of digital technology for online learning or business enterprise. Teachers or business persons, paki-scroll down po ulit ng very, very slight lang. Or business persons,
dami.
digital entrepreneurship is an efficient method for accessible, manageable use of digital technology for onting slide. Scroll lang po ulit. For income generating. So digital entrepreneurship is broadcasting your business online using the internet. So it's digital entrepreneurship is doing business digitally. Ayan, a digital entrepreneur is someone who uses digital platforms for his or her business. This is the newest way to reach more customers. Totoo po yan. Kasi lalo na, di ba, nung nag-pandemic, lahat ng business na walang online platform, siguro talagang problema sila. Paano na ang customers ko? Paano ko na ma-reach ang
Totoo.
customers ko? Di ba? Kaya boom na boom ang mga food delivery applications natin, di ba?
Nadagdagan pa nga ata yung mga choices natin through
Oo.
that.
Ay gusto ko
So,
yon.
ayan.
Qualities like passion, a plan of success. So, eto pala meron dito. Anybody can be a digital entrepreneur as long as you use computer on your business. Digital entrepreneurship means less face-to-face contact can be worldwide. Ay, gusto ko yung worldwide. You
Totoo.
can reach talaga business from home.
Dito
Ay.
pa nga lang sa ating TechTalks, Miss Mardy, no, naalala ko lang way back before, meron tayong mga viewers from Middle East, kung hindi ako nagkakamali.
Oo, may mga nung isang session natin, may mga
Oo.
nanonood from Australia, from New Zealand
Ay,
daw,
totoo.
diba?
So, ito pa lang, isa na to living proof na yes, through digital entrepreneurship, kahit nasa Pilipinas ka, hindi lang nationwide yan, pwedeng worldwide.
Abot mo ang mundo, diba?
Totoo. Who knows?
Global-
Baka hanggang Mars.
global
Abutan din
stage.
tayo.
Ayan. So, meron pala speaking, may mga shinare na tayo dito na link. May shinare na link dito. I think this is from Sir Paul, yung sinasabi niya kanina na kanyang
Yes.
i-share sa atin na link for more learning. So, ito, https://tinyurl.com/powerapp2021. So, ayan. Copy-paste nyo na po yung link na yan sa inyong mga browsers para po ma-save nyo lahat yung share ng resource na shinare sa atin ni Sir Paul.
Alright. So just continue sharing your thoughts here in our menti.com. We appreciate all your thoughts. Tuwan-tuwa po kami at ang daming sumagot sa Mentimeter natin. Tuloy nyo lang yan, teachers, para ipagpatuloy ang ating session then this morning. Teacher Mardy, please introduce naman na ang ating next speaker.
Of course, dahil sobrang na-excite na rin kami, no? Dalang dito sa session na to, we are building a more reflective community of learners. So, para sa ating next discussion, she will talk about how to make vlogging a powerful storytelling. Kung kanina gumawa tayo ng power apps online within in a span of a few minutes, she is going to show us how to become a storyteller in the digital world. So, pero bago siya maging social media content creator, could you imagine na she earned her BS Accountancy degree with Latin honors from Messiah College Foundation and ranked 4th overall in the April 2013 Civil Service Professional Exams. So, isa siyang accountant by profession. Currently, she utilizes social media platforms to share free educational content about soft skills, leadership skills, and office productivity skills. So kung gusto niyo pa pong matuto about Excel, Word, yung mga tips and tricks on how to use the platform, yung mga applications na to, pwedeng-pwede niyang bisitahin ang kanyang page. She is part of the first batch of awardees for TikTok's TikTok Q campaign and the hashtag Learn on TikTok Creator Group. She finds joy and fulfillment in building a community of like-minded individuals who aim to be better today than yesterday. So kanina marami nang nag-hi sa kanya dun pa lang sa start ng ating session this morning. So kaway-kaway sa ating certified TikTorists, and let's all give Miss Jan Abigail Maravilla, or known as Coach Hubby, a virtual clap. So Coach Hubby.
Hello. Good
Hello.
morning,
Good
everyone. Yeah.
morning po.
So I'm Coach Hobby. So a quick disclaimer. So someone mentioned the name of Coach Laika on the chat. Actually, kaya naging Coach Hobby yung name ko kasi my nickname is actually Abby. But I'm a little bit rounder face than my twin sister. So my twin sister is actually one of the pioneers of educational content creation in the Philippines. So when people see me, parang they see kind of my sister, kasi may semblance. We are identical twins actually. So okay lang yan. Sanay kami na napagkakamalan. Ganun talaga since birth. Okay? So no problem on that. Okay, sige, let's get started. Can you show my presentation right now? So it's always a pleasure and a privilege to talk to educational content creators and for educational content creators. So hi po sa ating mga ma'ams and sirs. I'm also a product of really great heroes na tinatawag nating mga guro. So salamat po. So this is my topic for today. So we're going to talk about how to create stories or how to tell your story using content creation. For me, I talk about what makes me tick. So ang title po natin is What Makes You Tick? Talk About It. Because TikTok is my platform or my main platform right now. So TikTok, what makes you tick? Talk about it. And when we talk about what makes us tick, it's about finding out from the inside what are our triggers, what are the things we are passionate about, and those things will be integral po when we create our community online. So let's go on with our discussion. So let me introduce myself. So I'm Coach Hobby. So isang maragsang bigkas, Coach Hobby. So I'm active mostly on TikTok. Yun yung pinaka-main nating platform. I have 279,000 followers right now, and I focus on 4 things: tech, techniques, skills, and software. So yeah, so it's really a pleasure to present to you guys. So ito po yung main hashtags natin. So for social media, lahat ng platforms natin, we have yung hashtags para madaling mahanap yung topics. So ito yung 4 na native hashtags na I use and I mainly own. Hindi naman own legitimately, but this is the hashtag na ako po yung gumagamit mostly on the platform. So yung tech niche is techniques about your niche. So I talk about tech and music production, a little bit about that, or if I do get a chance to review tech, nandun po siya. The second is career-wise, when I talk about your career and how to be wise about it. Parang ganun po yung tagline natin. And then yung 2 main things that I do is Excel Pinoy. So it's Tagalog or Filipino rollout of quick tips and tricks for Excel and other Microsoft Office software. Tapos po, Excel 911 is our pivot for the parang season 2 natin. Because I started with Excel Pinoy and then I shifted to Excel 911 kasi mahirap mag-roll out of the tongue yung Excel Pinoy and para walang masyadong confusion. So yeah, I'll share a little bit of my story as I go along, but for now, let's talk about these 3 questions. I want na let it simmer po or ibabad po natin sa ating mga hearts or at the back of our head as I go along. Itong 3 questions na ito. Yung first is, what do you stand for? Ano yung ating principles, pinaninindigan, pinaniniwalaan, what drives us? Second is what can you not stand? Ano yung hindi natin matiis kaya parang may kailangan tayong gawin about it. And the third is what do you understand? Or what do you want others to understand? I think yan po yung main thing why people shift from being a consumer to a producer when it comes to content creation. And sabi nga natin, what makes us tick? When you talk about what makes you tick, it means hindi po yun yung alaga ng aso. Pero yung, when you say tick, it's what drives you, what pushes you to operate. So, what is your driving force or what is your motive and motivation? So, yeah, for me po, it's, what do I stand for? So I do have my like life values. I have yung mga principles ko. I'm very introspective in that way. Pero yung number 2 po yung pinaka-importante. That's why I started making content. Yung what can you not stand. Na-mention din ni Sir Paul kanina, no? The pandemic kind of shifted everything. And my content creation journey started because of that. When people had to go and work sa kanilang bahay, nag-shift po yung dynamics even sa office. So as mentioned before, I'm actually a full-time accountant. Yun po yung talagang bread and butter ko at trabaho ko. So shout out sa mga boss ko na hinahayaan ako to do content creation on the side. But when the pandemic happened, everything shifted around. So I wasn't present sa office na kasi sa accountants po, they would probably agree with me. Within the team, laging merong help desk Laging merong isa or dalawang people sa team na parang kind of expert sa troubleshooting ng Excel. So kayo yung kinakalabit na, Abby, pakiayos naman to, naghang yun or nahirapan ako sa pivot ko, anong gagawin dito. And nag-work from home po. So kanya-kanya. It's really hard for me to help them in that way. So at the same time, when I hear people say, Excel pa, hindi yan kasi pang bata yan. Or sabihin nila na, hayaan mo na yung mga millennials dyan. Parang it's something I can't stand. I don't like the idea that it's only for a dedicated number of individuals. I think everyone can use it. It's very user-friendly. Ano yung gap? Yung sasabi ni Sir Paul kanina ba yung gap between the tech and the non-tech? It's kind of like that. Ano yung gap? Bakit people would assume na mahirap gamitin itong tools that are ready for use? So that's something I can't stand. So that's why I started making content. And yun po yung ating journey. So I'll show you how my TikTok kind of evolved on the next slide natin. So, sa right po, yung picture dyan, you can see, magwa 1-year anniversary na po ang aming TikTok community next week. On the 30th of May, magwa 1 year na tayo. And that's my first video actually. Yung kita niyo po, is a simple screen recording lang talaga. Tapos meron akong voiceover saying na, how do you change data to capital letters? So it's the upper formula in Excel. And that video was shared 72 times. So for someone na, ito yung first video ko, shinare siya bigla ng mga tao. And 14,000 people watched it actually. So it kind of got me started. Kasi nga po, yung twin sister ko is actually making content already on TikTok. Nauna siya sa akin and she's making it sa iba pang platforms. So at one point, she said, ikaw ate, hindi mo ita-try, ganyan. So, yun nangyari. Yun got me started. Tapos, ito po yung first video. After a few months, so I think, gigil yun kasi people would ask questions. Yung 53 comments po niyan, may mga questions yan. Paano po pag ganito? Paano po pag ganito? So, I would roll out videos. On my second month, yan po yung first natin na nag-viral, yung nasa left. That's July 16. So, within 2 months, nag-viral po siya 1.1 million views and it was shared 5,792 times on the platform. Meron 927 comments. And ang simple lang na formula niya, it's concatenate, concat, and yung ampersand natin. So, it's very simple. Naging nagamit lang naman. Parang sa atin, kung kayo po ay gumagamit ng Excel araw-araw, hindi mo na siya iniisip na complex. Hindi man lang siya about pivot table. Hindi man lang siya about VLOOKUP or something na laging nag-roll off the tongue. It's a very simple thing, but it was shared by people and they found value in that. So that's how I got started na tuloy-tuloy na po yung ating journey on TikTok. So I'll be talking about 3 main points: the heart, the hand, and the how. So if we first talk about the heart, what is your advocacy? Why should I go into creating content on TikTok or YouTube or any other social platform or Facebook even? Yung first point it always starts with the heart. What is your advocacy? Yung sinabi natin na what makes you tick? Ano yung pagsisimulan ng lahat na to? So, in my personal journey po, di ba? So, ito kasi yung mantra, no? From the great philosophers of our generation, shout out sa mga millennials, especially sa ating TikTok tita na si Tita G, di ba? Sabi ng great philosophers of our time, ng Backstreet Boys, sabi nila, looking back on the things I've done, I was trying to be someone, I played my part. So, I think anyone at the end of our lives, if we could say this, at least itong part lang po na to, no? So, itong part na to, if we could say this at the end of our lives, I think that's success in itself. And that is about purpose, di ba? When we look back on the things that we do, it was about us trying to be someone, not necessarily famous, not necessarily influential, but someone who played their part. So, yan po yung thing, no? And my personal story goes like this. So, I'll walk you through it, why my subject matters. So we talk about the heart is about knowing that the subject matters, knowing that what you are teaching matters. So alam nyo na po yan kasi mga guro po kayo, and I salute you guys. So we know that we have to study gravity so people would understand physics. We have to understand grammar so people can communicate better. So may ganun na po tayong innate na nature. Pero in my case, it's about me being, kasi po, I'm not a very young person when I finished college. My journey sa college ay maraming ups and downs. And actually, I felt like I had to have, pero meron akong driving factor na kailangan makapag-succeed ako in a shorter span of time when I graduated. Kasi I graduated kasabay ko yung bunso namin eh. So parang I felt na parang, wow, delayed ako. So I need to catch up. Yung mga peers ko ay manager na sila. So, anong gagawin ko to catch up? And it was actually my proficiency in Microsoft Excel, yung gigil ko to automate things, to change things up, that made me succeed. So, sa picture po, the first two pictures are actually views from hotel rooms where I got to stay. Pinadala ko ng company. And the third one is when we actually traveled to Texas to learn and train and be trained. And all those things happened because marunong ako mag-Excel. Yun lang po talaga yung thing. In fact, the third picture there, when we were sent to Texas, I was supposed to be an assistant. Kasi nga po, ano lang ako nun halos entry-level analyst ako that time. When we got there, yung process pala na i-roll out ay sobrang bigat on logical analysis kasi parang database management po. Logical analysis, tapos we create programs or forms specific to customer needs. So they were looking around, sinong kuha nitong process na to? So I was there, I was an average, normal, ordinary backup accountant or backup analyst. I ended up being the subject matter expert for that kasi nung nag-transition, ako yung tinrain. When we went back here and we went to Bicol to train the people who were adopting the practices, ako yung nag-train. I ended up leading that team eventually. So, because I know the impact of a simple thing like magaling mag-Excel na brand, I felt like, nag-pandemic, ano yung pwede kong ibigay? Because I wasn't driving to work. The chunk of time I used to drive to work and drive home from work, anong gagamitin ko sa oras na yun? Mag-ML na lang ba ako? Or mag-Genshin Impact ba ako? So, yung hours na yun, 3 hours na yun, gawa akong content. So, yun po yung nangyari. So, because I know that the subject matters, it's worth filming, it's worth making extra effort to create. The second part that we're talking about is the hand. So, the heart, the hand, what is your ability? Ano yung meron tayo sa ating mga kamay? What are the things that we know about? And you guys, being teachers, being educators, being professionals in this, you already have a know-how about the subject matter. So, madali na lang po tayo to shift kasi nandun na yung arsenal natin. And I have this long list of stories when I talk to my teachers nung ako po yung nag-aaral pa na parang, di ba, kahit wala sila sa classroom, ang dami nilang pwedeng i-share, ang dami nilang gusto i-share. We just need to put those stories, yung impact na yon, yung interactions natin with our students online. Kasi there are students from all around who are willing to listen and learn from us. So, when we talk about the hand, so balik po tayo, I'll show you again yung aking main content, no? Those 4 hashtags that we have, yung first is yung tech niche. It's because I am, ang raketera po kasi lahi po namin ay raketera. So, because we were coming from an average family na sabihin natin middle class family. Both of my parents are actually government employees. To para sustentuhan yung kunyari gusto namin mag-music, bumili ng instrument or bumili ng camera, nagra-racket kami. Yun yung ginagawa namin magkakapatid. So, I know a little bit about music production, a little bit about videography, photography. Yun yung napupunta sa technique. Tapos po yung story ko sa life ko, how I turned from being a college dropout to eventually a cum laude to eventually being a manager in a span of a few years, yun po yung sa career-wise. So, and the Excel is, of course, something that I do and I practice every day. So, ito po yung mga ginagamit ko sa araw-araw. So, etong part na to, what is in our hand, ano yung kaya kong ibigay? So, that's the second part. Now, we move on po to our third part. No? Kasi ito yung second part, hindi naman siya mag-focus kasi alam niyo na po yan. Mga experts na po kayo sa inyong mga subject. Now, the third part that we have, so we have the heart, we have the hand, the third is the how. Dito po medyo nagkakaroon ng challenge kasi very intimidating when you think about, I'll put my content out there. Naku, kailangan ko ng magandang camera. Naku, kailangan ko ng magandang audio. Kailangan ko ng magandang lighting. Kailangan, nagpapalit ng kulay yung background ko. Hindi po kailangan ng ganun. Actually, we have to understand that when we talk about our how, it's about finding your avenue. And when we find your avenue, iba-iba po tayo ng daan at iba-iba po tayo ng paraan. So, let me talk about knowing your subjects. Okay? So, yung una, you know that your subject matters, kaya gagawin mo siya. You know enough about your subject matter, so may i-share ka. The third is knowing your subjects. And when we say subjects, hindi po yan yung you're a king and they are under you. Ibig sabihin, sila yung subject, sila yung bida sa conversation. So, sabi nga ni Susan Cain, di ba, we have 2 ears and one mouth, and we should use them proportionally. Ibig sabihin, we do a lot more hearing than talking. And I think it still applies sa social media content creation. We have to understand who our viewers are and what they want to understand. So, dun po sa screen niyo, you can see dalawang pares. No? Yung sa left, that is actually screenshot from analytics ng aking channel on YouTube. Now, my YouTube channel has a little over 5,000 lang po na subscribers. And I'll explain why. The second part is my TikTok. And that is yun yung 200, almost 300K na po tayo, malapit na. Yan naman yung sa TikTok natin. So, alaki po ng difference, right? Yung TikTok ko po is, I have 60% females learners, and then we have dun sa ating YouTube, which is mostly male, and then yung sa territories po, which I wasn't able to capture on YouTube, mas marami pong galing sa ibang bansa dun sa YouTube ko. And I'll explain. Kasi my YouTube content po, actually, I started making content about life lang, just because I want a journal of my life. And ang pinaka-main content ko po before was actually tech and sneakers. So, nung pre-pandemic era, nung bago pa dumating si kaibigang COVID, I would make sneaker content. That's why most of my following on YouTube are actually guys who are into sneakers, and I would review sneakers for them and stuff like that. But on TikTok, because it's only about educational content, nag-shift yung paradigm. And I have to adjust to that. Kaya nga kami ni Tita G ay meron kaming hashtag Titas of TikTok. Meron na kaming maliit na community of titas on TikTok. And that is why siguro female-driven yung ating TikTok. So about knowing your subjects is about finding out who they are so you can custom fit yung kanilang, yung i-feed po nating information sa kanila. Now, I will show you a picture on my next slide. So we have there a lure color chart. When you talk about the lure color chart, I just grabbed it po, no, from, ginugol ko po sa Bing. Recycle natin yung joke ni Sir Paul. You can see there, no, when we go fishing po pala, we have different kinds of lures. And ito yung parang chart nung kung anong kulay ng lure yung gagamitin. Depende sa weather and depende sa kulay ng tubig. So, depende sa weather at depende sa kulay ng tubig, yung ilalabas ng fisherman na lure or yung pang-akit ng kanilang finifish na isda. And I think the same concept has to apply when you are making content online. Na different lures will catch different fish. And different temperatures or different weather conditions will catch different types of fish. So kung ano man po yung niche natin, yun ang net na gagamitin natin sa kanila. Yun ang panghuhuli natin sa kanila. A Buddhist quote was made popular by a lot of kung fu films. Ang sabi is when the student is ready, the teacher will come down or the master will come. Sabi daw kapag naghahanap tayo ng learner ay dadating na lang yung teacher kapag ready na. Pero it actually is the other way around. When we talk about social media, it's when you are ready, when the teacher is ready, the students will come. And that is very true for TikTok. Kasi TikTok po, ang method po sa TikTok is you make your content, tapos kapag ang nanonood po, depende sa user. So if I have my TikTok account and I keep watching, for example, puro BTS, ang mga isa-suggest po ng TikTok na susunod na videos ay tungkol din sa BTS. So if I'm interested in, for example, software or tutorials, if I keep on watching that, yun din ang isa-suggest. So, ibig sabihin, kung ako, nagumagawa lang din ako kung kayo po ay, kunyari, computer teacher po kayo, or si Sir Paul, gagawa siya ng TikTok niya, he will be teaching stuff na medyo may pagkakapareho yung aming niche or yung aming topics. Eventually, my viewers will end up watching his videos din. So, ganun po siya. So, para siyang, yung sa picture natin, sa left, yung when I was growing up po, and I was really fascinated with this kasi my lolo would always watch and play dama with us, yung laro po sa board game. Tapos may mga tinatawag po tayong meron, di ba, sa likod. Yung hindi naman sila naglalaro pero nakikinood, tapos minsan bumubulong parang mga eksperto, di ba? Ganun po. TikTok is kind of like that. You do your thing, tapos may mga meron, minsan isa, minsan dalawa, minsan 100,000, minsan 1 million, minsan mas eksperto sila sa inyo, bumubulong-bulong, ganun. Pero a lot of them are watching not just to be entertained, but to also learn techniques. So, ganun po siya. And you're right, no, yung mga shout out sa mga teachers natin who are K-drama fans. You probably know this screenshot, yung kay Park Bogum po yung sa Reply 1988, di ba? Yung he was playing the Go na board game, and a lot of people were watching him from different countries. And simple lang ginagawa niya, gumagawa siya ng board game. Ano ang pagkakaiba nitong dalawang to? Na you have 3, 4 na meron, o hundreds and thousands of people. Is it number? Not really, kasi pareho lang na kayo ng ginagawa. You're just playing. You're just living out your life. So, this is why I think we have to understand. So, this platform actually opened up doors for people like us, si Tita G, like me, sana si Sir Paul sa future kasi I'd love to learn from him. It opens doors to incidental teachers. So may mga anong pagkakaiba ng accidental sa incidental? Pag-usapan natin in this video. Ang incidental po kasi ay ibig sabihin it's secondary to what you're doing. And I consider myself that. I'm an incidental teacher. I'm an accountant who happens to teach sa TikTok the things that I apply in work. So yun po yung thing, no? Yun yung ginagawa natin. So balikan po natin yung self-check. Now that we've talked about the heart, the hand, and the how, di ba? Finding your platform, kung YouTube man yan, TikTok man yan, or Facebook man yan. Balikan po natin yung ating questions, no? Kayo po, what do you stand for? What is it that you cannot stand? Di ba? Do we encounter teachers online na mali yung tinuturo, or people who are not parang clear sa pag-express nila? Maybe you can't stand it. Maybe get triggered by it. You want to join in and you want to teach the way you want to teach. Go lang po tayo. And what do you want to understand? So, we talk about what makes you tick, and it's something you can talk about. I want to encourage you guys to make content. Bakit po? Kasi po, when we catch fish, iba-ibang fish, ibig sabihin, pwede na kahit na pareho tayo nagtuturo, for example, magtuturo ako about the same formula, upper formula, another person teaches upper formula. The people may choose, the learners, we can choose kung sino po yung mas bet nila, the way they present. Mas gusto nila yung the way this person presents. It's not a direct competition. Hindi porket someone already is doing it, hindi ko na pwedeng pasukin yung platform. Okay? Hindi po ganon ang platforms natin. So, yeah. So, that's my short encouragement. Now, I want to share, kasi it's been years, people, my sisters or other people would say, nood kayo, ay gawa ka na rin ate. But this one verse from the Bible actually pushed me to do it. And I actually got this from an old journal. Kasi nag-journal po ako mula bata ako. It's my way of coping with anxiety and stress. And this passage was actually from a version of me 20 years ago. At ang sabi niya is, yung 5 loaves, sa story po kasi sa Bible, di ba, may disciples, tapos sabi na, ang daming mga tao, nagugutom na sila, sabi nila kay Jesus, pauwiin na natin kasi hindi sila kayang pakainin. So, it's getting late. So, may nag-start sila sa heart Naawa sila sa mga tao, it's getting late. Gumagabi na Jesus, hindi pa sila kumakain, gutom na sila. So, it started with the heart. And then, sabi ni Jesus, anong meron tayo? Sabi nila 5 loaves and 2 fish. In my mind, it's about 5 fingers and 2 hands. Yun yung translation sa akin kasi hindi naman talaga literal na I have 5 loaves and 2 fish. What do I have na 5 and 2? That's 5 fingers on 2 hands. So, what do I have on my hands? Ano yung in my hands? Ano yung kaya kong ibigay? And then, the how followed. Sabi ni Jesus, break natin, give it to the people. So, yun po yung 3 points natin. Pero yung fourth part of the story is this. Nung napakain na lahat ng tao, bumalik, may mga tira. And the tira was 12 baskets. Ibig sabihin, 12 yung apostles, 12 yung disciples, tigi-tigi isa kayo na sobra. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, when we do give what we have, and it is multiplied by sharing it to other people, may balik po We can't resist that. And we talk about digital entrepreneurship, maybe it's not kasing bilis ng return kesa sa buy and sell, pero there is a return waiting for you. So, meron pong darating na basket full for all the people who are willing to share what they have. So, yan yung promise din that I'm holding on to. And it's kind of my motivation kasi it's not an easy thing. Hindi ganun ka-automatic. But we have to keep going lang po. Okay? So, yan po yung ating thing. So, the next quote I'll be getting from again another philosopher of our time sa mga batang 90s, shout out po. Sabi ng ating band na Linkin Park, diba? Sabi nila, I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. So kung kayo po ay content creator na rin or nagsubok na ako, gumawa na ako ng video, naglagay na ako sa TikTok, naglagay na ako sa Facebook, gumawa na ako ng YouTube. Bakit 2 subscribers pa rin ako, tas yung 2 na yun ay nanay at tatay ko pa. Tas yung kapatid ko hindi man lang mag-subscribe na pangatlo. Kung if you are getting frustrated, I want to encourage you with this. Hindi po nga ganun kadali. When you look at my videos on YouTube, actually, I only get maybe 100 views, 150 minsan. But I still create content. Kasi po, it's again about the purpose and about the process. Okay? So, ano po naman yung, what can I give you na matitake home nyo para pag na-encourage ko kayo to make content, ano naman yung pwede kong baguhin siguro if I try again? Or if it's my first try, ano yung pwede kong baunin para meron na akong alam? Okay? So, ito na po yung parang bonus natin kasi yung main natin 3. So, let's go to the hacks. Okay? What is my advice to you guys? What can I encourage you to try kung magre-retry po tayo sa content creation? So we'll go to our hook, line, and sinker principle. So meron po dito, di ba tayong idiomatic expression ng hook, line, and sinker? Yung pagka all out daw po ang paniwala ng tao ay the fish swallows the hook, line, and sinker. Yun yung, ewan ko kung bakit puro fish yung ating topic, no? Siguro gusto ko lang talaga na mag-boodle fight ng grilled fish sa tabi ng dagat, no? Pero yan po yung thing, no? Hook, line, and sinker, 3 yon. Yung hook, so yun yung dapat, yun yung kakagatin, yun yung first few seconds. So it's about sparking interest. We have to maximize the first few seconds. On the screen po, we have the picture. Ito po yung sample analytics. So it's a video I posted noong May 8. Ang sabi doon, average watch time is 7 seconds. Ibig sabihin po, sa 44,000 na nanonood, yung iba doon ay lampas sa 7 seconds, iba ay mababa. Pero, yun ang kanilang average. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, 30 seconds lang yung video ko Pero maraming nanood na tinapos nila. Ibig sabihin, may mga taong umalis after a few seconds. That is how important yung first few seconds are. That's why when I started making content, it's about, ang trajectory po ng aking tutorial ay parang, paano gamitin ang, ganun pa yung pagkakasabi ko paano gamitin ang VLOOKUP sa Excel. Ganun. But, yun pala, when people are scrolling sa TikTok, especially kung sanay sila nanonood sila ng mga sumasayaw or ng mga pictures and stuff like that, or dance challenge or pranks, pag nakita nila yung video ko, ano ba to? Parang, anong ginagawa nito? Pero kung nagsuscroll up sila at sila ay accountant, kunyari, at ang sabi doon ay, paano hanapin ang data galing sa isang sheet Dali lang. Kailangan ko to sa work So, kahit na hindi yun ang intention nila, napapastay sila. So, yung first few seconds po natin ay very, very important. So, yun yung ating hook. So, yun yung unang-unang makaka-catch. The second is the line. No? Yung the line natin, di ba po, that's what we use to reel the fish in. Ibig sabihin, yun yung PC. Okay? And that's the solution introduction. So, we have to keep it simple. Hindi ko po pwedeng i-cover lahat. Now, ito yung part na challenging kasi minsan may mga exceptions, minsan may mga complex things. Ang hirap pagkasyahin. Sa TikTok po, 1 to 3 minutes. So I often end up referring them to YouTube. So sabihin ko, gagawa ako ng short video dito, introduce ko lang yung formula or yung function, pero may full video on YouTube. Pero yung for TikTok itself to be standalone, kailangan simple lang po. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin lahat ng, for example, switch formula. Hindi pwedeng lahat ng klase ng application switch formula makover ko. Hindi kakasya So, you have to keep it simple. And you have to solve the problem you introduced sa inyong hook. So, ganun po siya. Now, dun tayo sa third part, yung sinker. Ang sinker po, when you are fishing, yun po yung pampabigat ng hook para lumubog sa tubig. Kasi di ba po, according to density, yan, reflex ko yung mga teacher ko nung ako'y high school, no? Lulutang po kasi yung ating hook magaan po yan no? So, kailangan may pabigat siya, yung sinker. And when you talk about the sinker, hindi siya necessarily isa-swallow ng fish para mahuli, di ba po? It's just that in the idiomatic expression, sobrang solve sila, kaya nalulunok nila pati sinker. And that is where influence is. So we spread influence. And dito, consistency is key. So when we talk about digital entrepreneurship, dun papasok yung affiliate marketing, dun papasok yung maybe people will reach out to collab with you or mag-reach out sila na sabihin nila, i-promote mo yung product. Influence yun. Now, not necessarily na lahat ng viewers natin na natuto sa atin ay magiging part nun. Hindi ganun po yun. Hindi tayo ganun ka sikat na parang celebrity like yung mga celebrities natin who are now creating content. However, although hindi naman lahat ng viewers nagiging part nito or hindi mo na-influence in that way, when you are being consistent, then you are building not just a following, but a community. Ibig sabihin po, magkakakilala na. And that is why I'm very happy when I see familiar names joining us here. No, meron po tayong followers on TikTok or Facebook. We have Miss Lenny, I think was mentioned, and Miss May. Eventually, parang friends ko na sila. But it's just because we met online and then now, and even now, they happen to be teachers. So, nandito rin po sila. So, that is community building. And for that, consistency is key. When you are talking about digital entrepreneurship and sa influence, no, I wouldn't say na I'm earning from this na ito. Kasi nga, again, this is just an incidental thing that I do. But that is where the community really thrives. It's where I get encouragement and I get to encourage people as well. So napakaganda po na when we think about teaching, di ba po, when we are passionate about teaching, it's about reaching and each individual na nandun sa number of people who are just scrolling sa inyong mga pages. So that is our hacks po when it comes to making your content. Now, actually, I use a lot of tools na built-in sa ating Microsoft na system, no? So, actually, nakita niyo naman po yung sample video, yung when I started, it's all about screen recording. So, I'll give a run through lang. So, ang pinaka-useful for me sa content that I use is screen recording. And I see a lot of other creators on TikTok do that as well. Like, they would screen record maybe a clip from a video, kasi short clip lang siya, hindi naman na natin ma-violate yung ano. And if we make comments on it and we add value to it, it's pasok po siya sa fair use policy. So, pwede natin gamitin. If you need a video of a manta ray or anything na nasa online, you can use the screen recorder for that para very fast lang and efficient. Then you have built-in video editor also as well naman na. And then when I shoot from my mobile device and I have to edit it on the laptop or baliktad na nag-screen record ako sa laptop tapos i-edit ko siya sa cellphone or i-upload ko siya sa cellphone sa TikTok, I use OneDrive. So these are things na meron na po kayo, di ba? As people who have access na to Office 365. One more thing, ang intro po natin na animation nung may tugtog, ganun po usually, diba? Tugtog tapos may graphics. I just use PowerPoint for that, honestly. Yun lang po talaga yung nagamit ko. And especially pag mahihain po kayo, or in my case, minsan pag may sore throat ako or may allergies ako so hindi ako makapagsalita, I use text-to-speech. And these are things that are already there po sa inyong mga software, sa mga systems ninyo. So, kung nahihiya po tayo kasi ayokong baka mabulol ako or baka hindi ko gusto yung tunog ng boses ko or dito sa amin ay maingay, you can use text-to-speech para dun muna po tayo magsisimula. So, we already have these things. Wala na pong makakapigil sa atin, di ba? Wala makakapigil sa atin to make content. So another hack that I want to focus on before I end po, no, is you have to learn with your learners. Okay? I talk about learning with your learners. Ako po, nagsimula nga ako dun sa mga ginagamit ko sa araw-araw sa Excel. Kasi yun lang po yung alam ko eh. That's what I have in my hand. But because people are asking questions and I'm listening to them, listening to the learners, natututo po ako ng iba pang functions. Like, people would say, ay ano po yung, like, Power BI was actually introduced by one of the viewers. Sabi, Coach, paki-explain mo naman to. Tapos parang, hindi ko kasi ginagamit personally sa work. So, I explored it. And just last night, two nights ago, nakagawa ako ng first app ko. So, kaya masaya-masaya ako kay Sir Paul na fangirl ako sa kanya at baka magpapa-consult po ako. Kino-call out na kita ngayon. Kasi, it's because a learner introduced that to me. So, ngayon parang, ay, pwede ko pa rin palang gamitin yon. So, ganun din po sa inyo. When you are teaching, di ba? Kasi what we freely receive, we freely give, hindi tayo maubusan eh. Kasi people would suggest content as well. So we have to collaborate and open ourselves for Q&A. And may mga live features naman po yung platforms. You can even, I usually conduct live lessons on Facebook pag Saturday, ganun. So that's where I get ideas for content as well. And the second is, you have to be there with them. You consume content with them, have fun with them. And last week po, I was scrolling sa TikTok, one of our followers actually posted this. Sabi niya, nakita ko lang na meron siyang beacons page. Ano ba to? So when I click, ang ganda pala nun. Kasi when you click pala that, parang magkakaroon ka ng link yung nasa screen nyo po. Tapos pwede mo nang ilagay doon yung mga links sa lahat ng platform mo. Tapos pwede maglagay ng mga videos na gusto mong nandun. Na para ka meron sariling website. And it's all for free. So parang, hindi lang ako nagpo-produce ng content, natututo rin ako. And when you consume there din sa platform, kung nakiki-TikTok din tayo, di ba, mga TikTok titas and titos, narinig natin, nakikita natin yung mga trends. So, in fairness kay TikTok, di ba, dahil kung masasakyan din natin yung mga trends na yun, we can also widen yung ating engagement. So, yan po yung mga pahabol nating tips. And as we close, I want to encourage you guys. No, I'm not in any way, shape, or form affiliated directly with TikTok. But I just want to give an example. Alam niyo po, ang TikTok community is actually the admin or the people who are behind TikTok. They already are encouraging people to make content. Meron pong Facebook group right now. Yun po yung graphic po na ay hindi ko po gawa dahil hindi po ako marunong gumawa ng mga ganyan. Pero this is something TikTok is pushing. So meron pong Learn on TikTok na group already on Facebook, and they roll out workshops, they roll out incentive programs and stuff like that. So we are part of that community po. So if you want to be part of the community, pwede po. Platforms are opening up. Huwag niyo po isipin, alisin po natin sa isip natin yung, ang TikTok pang sayawan yan eh. Hindi naman ako hindi ako kasing galing sumayaw ni Tita G, so hindi ako pwede dyan. Or hindi ako kasing galing sumayaw ni Niana, so hindi ako pwede dyan. Hindi po ganun. Even the platforms themselves, YouTube has it, Facebook has it. A lot of the social media platforms have programs na nag-encourage ng educational content na pumasok sa kanilang mga platform. So, wag po tayong ma-threaten, wag po tayong mahiya. If we ever get comments, I have gotten comments like, bakit online, bakit module pa rin? TikTok na to. Parang ganun. Wag po kayong matakot kasi TikTok really wants us to contribute. YouTube does the same as well. Facebook does the same. So, wag po tayong ma-threaten about that. So, yeah. If you want to join us, let's reach, let's teach, and maybe at the end of the day, before our maker takes us, we are able to enrich yung mga kababayan po natin. So, yan, iba-iba naman po tayo ng niche, iba-iba po tayo ng target market. Ako personally, it has to be like people na freshly graduated or working. So, kayo din po, you get to decide how to custom tailor your content to get the fish or get the followers or get the community na gusto niyo pong makuha. So, yan. You can join us po. By the way, we have the QR code and stuff like that you can reach out din po to me online, or kung may tanong po kayo, basta wag lang po power-ups, kay Sir Paul po kayo magtanong. Pero kung medyo mas basic, pwede po po kayong tulungan. Okay? So that's how you can reach me online. I have the QR code naman po there. So salamat po, and I guess that's my message for today. I think we can move on to, like, if you guys have questions and stuff like that, please let me know po. Salamat.
Ayan, hello po, Coach Chubby.
Hola.
Thank you po so much for your sharing.
At for sure, even our netizens appreciate your inspiring discussion this morning. Marami nga pong nagme-message dito sa ating comment section. Sabi ni Teacher Christine Bacordo, Tech Talks, I love the simple words that Miss Chubby Miss
Abi
been
na lang po.
sharing. Yeah, Miss Abby has been sharing. Simple, pero ramdam mo talaga. Very motivating. Meron din dito,
Go ahead.
sabi ni Teacher Cherry, thank you for sharing stories from the Bible.
Yes.
Teacher Abby, Miss Abby. And sabi, Batang 90s making waves in the 21st. Go Coach Hubby by Teacher Christina Monar. So hello po mga Batang 90s dyan.
90s, yeah.
Shout out.
And also, I would like to add yung sinabi rin dito ni Teacher Aurora. Sabi niya, favorite kong line yan from Linkin Park, Coach Chubby. Yung, ayoko baka mapakanta pa ako. Baka mawala yung mga viewers natin dyan. So, ayoko ulitin. Ayan, so sabi din dyan ni Teacher Sherry, ayan, sabi nga ni Teacher Marilu, sabi niya, I like this topic with Bible scripture. Holistic tayo dito, teacher. So, lahat talaga, nasasama natin yan. Ayan, so meron din dito, ayan. So, marami din po mga kasama dito, Teacher Mardy, no? Habang nagtuturo si Coach Chubby sa atin. Marami pa mga sumasali sa atin galing from Agusan del Sur. Ayan, nandito si Teacher Frechi, Teacher Lizelle. Good morning daw, and they are here with us. And all yan. Kung may mga questions po kayo, our comment box is totally open for everyone. Yan, ask away habang nandito si Coach Chubby sa atin. Ayan, Teacher Mardy, meron po ba kayong mga question or meron na kayong mga na-pick up na questions po from our viewers right now?
Okay, so may mga nagme-message sa atin personally, no?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
sabi dito, how do you encourage students who are camera shy to be content creators?
Yes.
Ayan. So, marami po tayong workaround. I actually started, animation po yung mukha ko, yung sa Animoji sa iPhone. Kasi I knew that people would probably be confused kasi kamukha ko yung kapatid ko. So I don't want them to be confused. So nag-start ako na ganun. I was hiding behind it. Pero eventually nabosesan nila ako. Sabi nila, ano raw ako? Fake account, ganun. So I had to show my real face. So you can start with animation like that, or even PowerPoint. Marami pong educational content creators who use animation sa PowerPoint or picture or moving cartoons. You can do that. Or yun nga po, yung how I started, screen recording. Diba? You can just screen record maybe a picture or a short clip ng video. Lagyan mo ng text, bosesan mo na lang, or maybe even text-to-speech kung ayaw mo marinig yung boses mo. Which I relate to kasi ayoko naririnig yung boses ko minsan pa nag-edit ako. You can try that po. Pero eventually, you will kind of get out of your shell. Ako po talaga, very takot ako to expose myself. Pero like an onion, nababalatan na naman tayo over time. Kasi when you get positive feedback from the community, medyo na nabuboost yung ating ano. So ngayon medyo nagjo-joke-joke na rin ako sa TikTok, ganyan. Pero hindi pa tayo sasayaw, hindi tayo abot yata sa ganung point. So ganun po yun.
Nice,
Open yourself up lang, okay lang yan.
Ayan, so thank you po, Coach Chubby. Ayan, meron nga dito na sabi din in relation po sa next question natin, no? Sabi dito ni Teacher Aurora Lazaro, sabi niya, most of my students are on TikTok. So I guess after this webinar, magda-download na daw siya ng TikTok app. Ayan, with that being said po, no, Coach Chubby, may isa rin tayong question dito. Sabi niya, as an educator po, can I use online content creation as a graded performance task for my students in any subject? How?
Yeah, I guess hindi po ako eksperto again on this. Pero fair warning lang po. Ang TikTok po kasi ang YouTube, any platform has what they call an algorithm. So yung algorithm po yun is a machine or it's a system sa programming po nila who are pushing the data. Ibig sabihin po, kung ang grading system po natin will be about the likes or the shares, yung mga analytics na ganon, hindi po siya ganun ka-fair na panukat ng quality ng output ng ating students. Kasi po, minsan aksidente lang talaga nagva-viral ang mga bagay. So, okay lang naman po, I think, siguro kung ako rin po, no? Kasi kami sa company namin, ganun din ang employee engagement namin, ganun gagawa ka ng video kasi wala kayong choice. Kahapon, nag-team building kami online. We've migrated, pero hindi na lang siguro po yung sukatan yung likes and shares. Kasi I don't think it's really healthy as well dun sa students natin. Kasi baka feeling nila kaya hindi sila likable, hindi sila shareable kasi may something not pleasing about themselves. So baka magka-impact din po. So yun lang yung fair warning natin. Pero in terms of creating content, I think it's a good thing kasi everyone's already online. Kailangan lang natin mag-claim ng part ng lupa natin sa internet. So okay lang naman po. Yun lang po.
Ayan. Nako, Coach Hobby, sobrang dami nung mga nagko-comment sa atin, sa ating chatbox. Sabi ni Teacher Aljun Batalaw, ang galing talaga ni Coach. Sabi pa ni Teacher Annabel Domingo Motin, thank you for sharing additional knowledge and information, Teacher Hobby. At sabi rin ni Teacher Lala Naval Esquivel, it's a nice thing din po that during this pandemic, TikTok is used in our learners' performance tasks. Nakakabawas sa stress nila yun. Teacher Zari?
Yes, so meron din dito, sabi nga po ni Teacher Aurora Lazaro. Ayan, nasabi na pala natin yan. So, meron dito mga thank you na sila, Teacher Coach Shabby, dahil napaka-grateful sila doon sa mga narinig nila from you. Okay, so sabi dito ni Teacher May, ayan, Roselis, thank you for inspiring us to produce educational contents online. I think ang mga educators talaga is natural na at part na talaga nila ang maging content creators. It is just another platform na binigay natin, na na-introduce natin sa kanila para maihayag nila yung kanilang mga contents. Who knows, mamaya pwede na rin para talaga nilang magamit yan as a platform para ipakita or mas maging creative sila sa pagbibigay ng lesson nila. 'Di ba? Baka they can find a way for that. Creative ang mga educators naturally Right, Miss Mardy? And I think
Tama yan. Kung
So, ayan,
kinaya
sabi-
ni Teacher Hobby, ni Coach Hobby, kakayanin din ng ating mga educators.
totoo. So,
Yes.
ayan,
Especially
so-
po, you guys, you probably know a lot more about psychology of teaching or learning. So, lamang na kayo agad sa akin. Ako po ay incidental, your average ordinary neighborhood accountant. So, kayang-kaya niyo po yan, I believe in you.
Mhm.
Wait
Yes,
lang.
that's
Bigla lang ako nakaisip ng sudden question, no, Coach Hobby. Kasi syempre, hindi ka naman talaga content creator to begin with. Sabi mo nga po, more on troubleshooting ka lang. So, how did you manage po yung flow mo ng ideas and thoughts para mailapat mo? Kunyari, for example, every kailan ba ako magpo-post ng content ko? Or kailan ba ako magpo-post sa YouTube or sa TikTok? Kasi syempre, di ba, with the other things that you have been doing, sabi nyo nga po, your bread and butter is actually you being an accountant. So, paano nyo po yun na ma-manage? Kung kailan ka mag-iisip or paano ka nag-iisip for the next content na ilalagay nyo sa inyong social media?
I appreciate the question. Magandang question yan. I actually have yung note. May note tayo, may OneNote ako. So, syempre, I use din sa mobile. So, I have that open. So, minsan, alam niyo naman, ang random ng mga ideas, minsan sa shower, minsan ganun, nilalagay ko na agad. Or, since I work as an accountant, kapag meron akong ginawang report, minsan iniisip ko, ay, ano bang formula nga pala ginamit ko dito? Nilalagay ko na siya doon. Tapos parang check ko na lang siya kung nagawan ko na siya or not. Tapos, if I eventually run out, meron naman tayong Q&A section. So, doon nag-contribute yung ating learners. But when it comes to time management, sa akin kasi I think about my time as parang naka-chunk siya Parang, so yung 3 hours na dati ginagamit ko sa biyahe, yung 3 hours na yun yung inalot ko. So, yung pagitan ng pagising ko, tsaka yung pagta-time in ko sa work, which is my driving time, yun din ang ginagamit ko. Or yung before ako matulog, after ko na shift, yun naman din yung ginagamit ko. So, I think yun yung magandang start. Kasi I think the teachers also have that. Kasi kung hindi na tayo masyado pupunta sa schools, you can use that or repurpose that chunk of time.
Ayan. Thank you, Coach Hobby, for sharing with us yung inyong ways on how you gather your contents and how you manage your time effectively. Teacher Zari?
True. So far, we got no more questions for Coach Chubby, but we got a lot of comments and thank you messages for our speaker. Ayan, nagkasama pala tayo, no, Teacher Mardy. Sabi ni Teacher Jolina, I think. Salamat po sa inyo, Teacher Mardy and Teacher Zari. Thank you so much din po, Sir Paul and Coach Chubby. Rooting for your success sa inyong lahat. Napaka-informative po. Madami po akong nakuhang idea. Ayan, meron din dito, sabi ni Teacher Lizel, I've learned new things today. Thanks, Coach Chubby, and a lot more. Here from Teacher Jojo Buenaventura. Thank you, Coach Chubby. And sabi ni Teacher Natasha, oh, of course, teacher, pwede po kayong sumali. Just tune in po at kasali na kayo agad. Matik na yan. Part na kayo ng TechTalks series natin. Ayan. So, meron pa rin dito, nag-joke pa po si Teacher Aljun. Pengi daw po ko Chubby ng utak para daw magsagot ng modules. Nanghingi na siya ng help. Ayan. Kaya mo yan. Kaya mo yan, Teacher Aljun. And else, what do we got here? All right. So I think that's it. Thank you very much, Coach Chubby, for a wonderful, inspiring sharing for this session. Okay.
Once again, thank you, Coach Hubby. Goodbye for now. Pero wag po
Later.
kayong mawawala dahil later tatawagin po namin ulit kayo. So if ever may mga questions pa po kayo na bigla nyo lang din pong naisip katulad ko kanina, continue lang pong i-type sa ating comment section dahil nandyan pa po si Coach Hubby at babalik po siya later. So netizens, hindi pa po tayo tapos. Let's open up our second Mentimeter for this session. So send Mentimeter up, please.
Yes, there you
Ayan,
go.
nandyan na siya. So again, same, please go to www.menti.com and same code 956, tama ba? Tama ba yung
Yes.
binabasa ko? 95670714.
1-4.
So, teacher.
Yan.
Sorry?
So, ang ating gagawin lang is for you to share with us yung mga suggested content nyo, educators, for your learners. Ayan. Tulungan naman natin ang isa't isa. Like what I had mentioned, natural sa mga educators natin na maging content creators. So, kayo naman, baka meron kayo dyan mga suggestions na pwede nating magamit, di ba? Who knows, meron pala 1, 2, or 5, maybe 100 of us here sa ating viewers ngayon is nagbabalak ng maging content creators online. So, bigyan naman natin sila or para makakuha din tayo ng mga, mag-share tayo ng kanya-kanya nating idea. And who knows, meron tayo mabuong, let's say, TikTok for education, ganyan, di ba? From DepEd, ganon.
Ayan, tama yan. Kasi di ba nga, dito, we are a community of learners. So, in a community of learners, lahat tayo nagtutulungan, lahat tayo nagbibigayan ng mga ideas and suggestions para mas gumanda at mas maging maayos yung ating mga, alam mo, mga strategies para mas magkaroon. Kasi lalo na pag teachers, di ba, gusto natin palagi natututo, hindi lang tayo, but lalong-lalo na yung mga estudyante natin. So, if you have content suggestions, just please share it here in our Menti today. At mga pwedeng maging start na to ng isang community. Di ba, malay nyo, biglang si EdTech pala, magulat kayo. Meron na rin silang TikTok and doon yung makikita ano ba yung mga sinuggest nyo, di ba? O, di mas marami pa tayong matututunan sa araw-araw.
At
Ikaw ba,
mas
Teacher
lalawak-
Zari?
Ano yun, Miss Mardy?
Sa tingin mo, ano ba yung mga possible topics na pwedeng gawin?
Kung kanina meron na dito si Coach Chubby na mga Excel, ganyan. Siguro since for educators, no, this is intended for educators, by educators. Siguro mga PowerPoint naman, PowerPoint tips and tricks, how to do more interactive PowerPoint presentations para lalo na sa mga yung mga pwede sa mga medyo higher level na students. Ayan, Teacher Mardy, ang dami na nagsasagot sa atin. Marami na tayo ditong respondents. Ayan, sabi dito, contents for visual learners, math simple hacks. That's really, ako, parang isa ako magiging follower nito. Math simple hacks. Astro content, business guru. Uy, parang ganda nun. Content name. Business guru.
Gusto ko yung, eto may nakita ko, Microsoft hacks. Oh, tama naman, Microsoft hacks. Lalong-lalo na, di ba? Tricks in online class. Gusto ko yung tricks in online class. Kunyari, paano makakatulong kasi background noise, mga ganyan, 'di
Oo,
ba? Yung mga
oo, yung
palaging problema.
mga usual problem natin diyaan sa
Oo,
content na yan masasagot. Kunwari, oily yung face ko pagdating sa online video,
camera,
paanong gagawin
oo.
natin? Anong mga third application pwede nating i-apply para meron
Tama
tayong
ka diyan.
instant glow
Tama
up,
ka
mga gano'n.
diyan.
Ganda idea yan. What
Dami.
else?
Reading materials. Ay, gusto ko yung reading materials kasi lalong-lalo na ako, preschool teacher, 'di ba? Parang ako actually, may naiisip ako before na gawin, pero wala pa kasi akong lakas ng loob para gawin,
Mm.
no? Para mag-share ka ng mga online storytelling mo para maging available siya sa mga young learners natin. Lalong-lalo na, 'di ba, kasi sa classroom, sa preschool level, yung mga
Ah,
storytelling time, yan talaga yung masarap na oras with the students kasi yung makikinig lang sila sa'yo tas ikaw active yung boses mo, animated, 'di ba?
oo.
Mga gano'n. So,
Mm.
nakaka-miss yung mga ganyan, 'di ba? So, yung feeling ba na gano'n, na anytime puwedeng-puwede silang manood nung video and then they will feel na ikaw local Cocomelon kumbaga.
Local cook. Nice yun, puwede nga 'no. Sige, we'll see baka meron isa sa mga kasama na natin ngayon mga nag-aano na, conceptualize na paano nila ilalabas ang local Cocomelon natin diyan.
Totoo. Pero siyempre using the Tagalog version para 'di ba, enrich natin yung sarili nating language. Kasi si
Totoo,
Cocomelon is English, so kailangan enjoyin natin na
may nakita
mas
lang ako, Teacher Mardy, sorry,
ano yun,
#MardyMelon daw.
puwede ba?
Puwede. Support niyo po si Teacher Mardy 'pag nilabas niya po ang local version ni Cocomelon. Ayan,
Sige
meron din
po.
dito, ay natuwa ako dito, module serye. Napaka-witty, module serye.
Module serye, ay gusto ko din 'yan. Para
Parang
'di ba,
scaffolding
lalong-lalo na ngayon
from
puro
start to
modules
stop.
pa rin talaga tayo. Sabi nga kanina pahiram na daw po ng brains mo ni
Oo,
Coach
'di
Abby
ba?
para
Oo.
sumagot ng modules.
Kung puwede
Ano
lang
pa?
i-share. Um,
Totoo.
what else do we have here? Fun simplifying math. Puwede daw para sa mga lower grade 'no. What else?
Gusto ko rin
DIY,
yung
instructional
ano,
material.
game-based learning.
Yes, ako din. I think
Tama
it's
'yan,
really effective at
game-based.
napaka-maganda. Auditory, math simple hacks, okay, performance math during exam hacks. Interesting. During exam
Kaso
pero I
mahirap
think
parang
pero
hindi
I think yung gusto niyang
pag-isipan natin
palabasin
maigi 'yan.
dun, baka ang gustong ipalabasin dun ni teacher na nag-share nun is yung mga things to prepare bago mag-exam or yung paano i-prepare ang devices natin lalo na if we'll be taking online exams, 'di ba? So paano i-prepare natin yung maging nasa mood yung device natin, hindi mag-hang, hindi
Ah,
magdi-disconnect or something. Baka gano'n naman, Miss Mardy.
okey, okey. Pero
Might
ditong
yes.
na-curious ako dito, eh. Ano, eh, marungko approach. So, ano ba yung marungko approach na 'yan? Alam mo kung gagawin niyo po 'yan, yung marungko approach, fo-follow ko kayo kasi medyo na-curious talaga ako kung ano po ba 'yan, eh.
Ako din, actually marungko, is it a name or something to do with, sige po, share niyo po sa comment box what is marungko, hacks? Is that it, Miss Mardy? Marungko ano yun?
Marungko approach, eh. So, 'di ba,
Marungko approach.
very
Mm,
interesting yung kanyang suggestion. First time
totoo.
ko talagang marinig 'yan. So, kung
Same,
ano man po
same,
'yan,
same.
sana po ituloy niyo para mas marami pa pong makalaman kung ano po yung marungko approach na 'yan.
Yes, and kindly please, sige po, palagay po sa comment box ano po iyon. At ako'y naiaano din ako, naku-curious ako what it is. Ayan, I think there's a lot of things to read here. Teachers, grab your print screen button, save it later on, magagamit niyo yan in the near future. O kaya baka mamaya, in the afternoon, magamit niyo na siya, di ba? Maraming salamat po for sharing your thoughts. Again, napakaganda yung interactive tayo at we give you something, then you give us something as well. 'Di ba?
At Teacher
Give and
Zari,
take.
before we end 'no, thank you naman po kasi sumagot na agad sila sa'tin. So,
Ay,
thank you
talaga
kay
ba?
Teacher May, Teacher Annette, Teacher Teacher Rubicel, Teacher
Mhm.
Reynalyn. So sabi nila yun pala is sa reading po ang marungko. It's ang
Oh,
paraan ng pagbabasa, it's a phonetics approach para sa
all
mga
right.
bata. Sounding out or
Or
deciphering.
deciphering.
Ayan, salamat po
Okay.
talaga. 'Di ba sabi nga ni Coach Hubby, hindi ka lang matututo ka, learn from the learners. Ayan, ako po talaga ay natututo rin talaga dito kahit isa lang po
Totoo.
akong host. So
Totoo.
thank you
Same
for
here.
sharing and letting me know about that. Magbabasa-basa nga po ako kung ano po yung marunong ko approach na yan.
Totoo, ayan. Marami rin kami talaga napupulot dito. Ayan. So, siguro, let's see kung meron tayo makikita yan, ma'am, sa susunod na mga araw sa TikTok, meron na tayo marungko approach account. At dun na talaga mapapakita kung ano talaga tong approach na to at paano pa natin magagamit ang maximize ito. Again, salamat po sa inyong sharing. Okay, there. I think we're good to go, Teacher Marty, to move forward.
Yes. So Teacher Zari, kindly lead us sa ating last segment, which is the Microsoft DigiTools.
Okay, now without further ado, to begin our much-awaited segment, I would like to introduce to you our trainer, one of Adentist Technologies master trainer with a wide experience in the local and international classroom setting, a licensed teacher and a Microsoft certified innovative educator. I'm our Microsoft DigiTools trainer. Virtual applause naman tayo dyan para kay Miss Debbie Kalingasyon. Hi, Miss Debbie. It's your time to shine.
So
Thank
Miss
you for
Debbie,
welcoming me back. Thank you for welcoming
Ayan.
me back. So I'm gonna read the comments as well later, pero susunod na lang po ako. I'll follow through. So good morning, Teacher Mardy and Teacher Zari.
good
So,
morning po. Before
yeah.
you start, just like to ask ulit, ano po ba ang ating Microsoft DigiTools for today?
All right, so for today, I was reading the Mentimeter and I saw local heroes, visual learners, local Cocomelon, module serie, and mindful activities. So my lesson plan for today, or the DigiTools I'm going to share, is actually about creating content. So saktong-sakto siya dun sa Mentimeter nyo and dun sa mga answers na nakuha nyo sa ating audience. So I hope they stay tuned. For this, I will be using Microsoft Windows Video Editor and Microsoft Stream. Yeah.
Okay. So Teacher Debbie, go take it away.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Zari and Teacher Marty. All right, so teachers, thank you so much for attending today and for the lovely comments you had last weekend. Connecting to our speakers, when we talked about creation, and sharing the content, what we know, and being connected with the people. So our lesson plan for today, yes, meron po tayong role play. So if you can walk through the storyboard, our lesson plan for today will be creating video content for our senior high students. Because when we're creating and sharing content, we have to have a specific target audience. So I chose senior high students, STEM strand po, STEM strand. And the subject I've chosen to do for this demo is Earth Science. So comment down below if you're a faculty member under the STEM strand. Maybe you'll find this helpful, yung demo ko po. So our scenario will be, as a teacher, we want to create a STEM study group. And where can we share and organize video content within our organization, our school, our class, of course, using Microsoft, right? So first question is, how do we create a lesson? And I'm gonna share my screen. Please let me know if you're seeing it as well. Okay. Got it now? Okay. So the first question is, how do we create a lesson introduction for our Earth Science class using a video? First, we need a video editor. Dito na po papasok ang Windows Video Editor if you're using Windows 10. So how do we get into it? So press Windows and then S. If you haven't used it recently, search for Video Editor, or another way to access that is, hindi po kasi siya makikita sa apps actually, but sa photos na included siya dun sa desktop natin, you can access it here as well. Okay? So when you do that, it will prompt you to photos and you can also see Video Editor. So two ways to access it. If you want to go directly, Video Editor, and then yung kanina po, sa photos. Nandito din naman si video editor. Okay, so now nandito na tayo sa video editor. So, teachers, again, ang lesson objective natin, we will create a STEM study group, right? And an introduction for our earth science class. So teachers, after defining, I'll just would like to answer, are you using PowerPoint? No, Miss Natasha, I'm not using PowerPoint. I'm using Windows Video Editor, and then later I'll walk you through sa stream. So you can open your video editor for this. Yeah, that's for Miss Natasha's question. Okay, going back, teachers, after defining earth science to your students, how will you make it simple to understand? We talked about simplicity from the very start, from our very first speaker. Make it simple, make it accessible, right? So how would you do that? Because there are 4 main branches when we say earth science, when you define it, earth science. And for some students, it's hard to take it all in after natin basahin yung textbook definition. And as teachers, our goal is to engage our students and motivate them, right? Meaning they need to resonate or connect with our lesson and to everyone in class. So like you have to find something in common together as a teacher, as a class. You know, you're the leader, so you need to take initiative. Paano kaya maintindihan ng estudyante ko to? Right? May nag-comment kanina, sabi niya, simple pero ramdam. And when we're creating our lesson objectives, when we're creating our lesson plan, one of the factors that we need to incorporate is how to make it simple and how to make our students understand the topic kahit na ang hirap pakinggan sa una by textbook. Okay, so I will open now a pre-edited already because editing takes time po and we only have a few minutes here. So I really cannot show you the entire way, but I will show you the functions and how I did it. Okay, so when you look at our content here, we will showcase the beauty of the Philippines. Somebody commented like local naman, no, and being mindful. Being mindful means you have to connect deeper with your students. And if you're in a local setting, then most likely born and raised naman sila sa Philippines. So when you look at our content, we have the natural beauty of the Philippines. I've inserted clips from Palawan and Ilocos Norte. So comment down below if you're from Palawan or Ilocos Norte, or if you want to share your most favorite place here in our country. We are known to have the most beautiful natural resources all over the world. So comment down there and our lovely hosts will of course take note on that and we'll get back to you later. So this content right here, it will tap into the primary topic of earth science. So by using this introduction video, makaka-relate na po ang ating mga estudyante dahil sarili nating bansa to, right? And maybe they've already visited some of these places that will show, and it will make them feel like proud and confident kasi familiar na sila. So mas mabilis yung rapport natin sa classroom or sa virtual learning classroom. Mas mabilis yung pop-up ng ideas na like, wow, right? Teachers, ang sarap sa feeling when you look at your students and parang may light bulb na nag-effect sa head nila. Like, wow, Palawan, wow, Ilocos, I've been there, teacher. I went there and I love the Philippines. So there's a lot of rapport that will come in when you show this kind of content, a content na familiar, again, the familiarity. Okay, so now we have our content. I'll show you the Windows Video Editor interface. Up in the left corner, we can change the video title. So here you can, when you create your own, it will prompt you to create your own title first. So I changed it to Earth Science Channel Intro Vid. You'll understand it more later why I put a channel. And then we have Project Library interface. So Project Library po, here we can add content that you want to put in, videos and photos. So you can get it from your PC, you can get it from your collections if you have already within your Windows video editor, or from the web. Okay? And right here, you can change the thumbnail view, set it as medium, or for this one, I chose small kasi mas quicker. This will depend on your viewing preferences. Right now, I'm using small po, right? Going down, we have our storyboard interface. And beside it, up here, these are called context menus. Okay? So isa-isahin po natin yan while we edit the video together. Just a demonstration. So first, you can add a title card. If you want to do so and add the title card, what can you do about it? You can change the duration, how long po yung title card natin if you want to put this as part of your video. You can add text. So click on text and you can type in maybe welcoming remarks, or you want to introduce yourself as teacher. You can also change the background. You can custom your own color. You can pick colors that are already available here. And when you're finished, when you're confident with it, click done. Yeah. But for this introduction video, teachers, I won't be putting a title card anymore because I want to catch really my students' attention quickly. And that's by showing the beautiful series of Philippines, which I started with Palawan. Right? So when you want to remove a certain clip in the storyboard, go back to the context menu and click delete. So I'll be deleting that, teachers. Pinakita ko lang po that you have the option to do so if you want to add a title card. Next, what we have is trim. When we say trim this video clip, you have to select a video clip. And when you click on trim, ibig sabihin po nito is yung gray side na nakikita po natin, those will not be a part of the video already. Kung ano po yung nasasakop ng green, this green areas right here, kasi when we say trim, na-minimize niya, na-modify, modify rather the length of the clip. So indicated naman din po siya dito sa right side panel natin with more details. So the clip length. So this clip, this introduction is only a minute long, not more than that. So enough na po yun to catch someone's attention, right? Okay, so there. So when you move it, you'll see the duration and the gray area again, yun na po yung matitrim. Ang matitira na lang po is the green area right here. When we say trim clip, you're trimming the clip length. You're modifying the length. Okay, so I won't be trimming because that will take more time. So I just want to show you that. So I'll cancel it para hindi na po maiba yung ready video natin. Next is split. Okay, let's choose like a much longer clip. Let's try this. We have 19 seconds right here. Okay. We have Miss Natasha remove a part of or clip of a video. Yes, dun po yun sa trim. Yeah, if you're talking about cut it, are you talking about crapping the video? Later, maybe you'll answer more about that. That is from Miss Natasha again. Okay, so going back, 19 seconds, we have split this video clip. When we say split naman, we split it into two. Basically, split it into two. How would you know? Nasan si first clip? Asan si second clip? So you go here in our right side details navigation bar for split, and you'll see an indication. Clip 1, color-coded po siya. This is like maroon, right? And clip 2, pink. So let's go to our 19 seconds clip, and try to move it. Okay. All right. So asan si clip 1? Here is the first clip, okay? And by this pin, when you click done, the pink one will be clip 2. Dito na sila mag-i-split. Dito po sa ating pin looking icon, right? So here, clip 1, dito po, naka-indicate naman siya, like the maroon area. So this will be clip 1, and this will be clip 2. So when you split it, let's try. So the clip 1 will be, let's try this, 6 seconds. Click done. And here's our clip 1 and clip 2. So coming from 19 seconds, split into 2, you have the first clip and then the second clip. And ano pong use nun? Bakit tayo nag-i-split clip? What's it for? For example, I want it to be more dramatic, right? For example, this area in Ilocos Norte, I want it to be more dramatic. It's slow motion, right? So you can click on it and change the speed. Dito naman po papasok, like, this is the use of why editors trim or split a clip to add more motion into the video. Kasi i-base din natin to later with the background music, right? So meron tayong beat na ifo-follow, there's a flow, there's a certain story that comes with it. And maybe I just want it to be more like dramatic and may gusto akong i-focus sa Ilocos Norte na part nito. So we can do that. So click the clip, click speed. Right now, the speed clip is 2 times faster than normal. I want it to be 0.67 or at least like this, 0.5. See? So the length of the clip also change. Of course, if it's lower, mas mag-a-add siya ng time sa ating video. So mas hahaba siya, of course. How would you preview that? Click full screen if you want better view, and then you'll see the slow motion. All right. So that's how you do or you add like the transitioning or the motions or changing the speed when it comes to split clip. Yun po yung other purposes nun. Okay? Other than just splitting it. Meron po siyang something behind that. And so I'll go back to our original, the 19 seconds, okay? Because this is just 1 minute, and if you've heard a while ago, there was a music, and I chose actually to make this upbeat, right? Okay, so I chose it to make it upbeat. There's another question if you can change its lighting. Later I'll show you that. But we'll go to text first, okay? We're done with add title card, trim, split. Let's go to text. Okay, when I preview this, I'll quickly show. Okay. So you've seen Palawan, the text right here. How did I do that? And how can you do that to let your students know na, Palawan pala yun. Okay, so click on text, select the clip first that you want to insert the text to. Click text, and there you go. Right over here, I just typed in the name of the part of the Philippines, so the province, so Palawan. And you can choose animated text style. What I've got here is blue, boom, but you can change it to other ones. Okay. There. And how about the layout? Okay. You can also do that down here. Meron na pong available layout for Windows Video Editor. Let's try Title 1. Let's look at it. So when you click on Title 1, it will show it like this. You also have top. You also have left. Title 2, bottom, or right. Okay. Now, if you're asking how would I set it, saan area siya, saan part siya lalabas, like let me go back to bottom because I'm going to choose bottom because I want to emphasize on the beautiful sunset that we can see in Palawan. It's one of my favorite places too. It's really beautiful, it's quiet, and they practice sustainable tourism there. Okay, so shout out to Palawan. And now here, can you see this area right here? The text duration. This is called text duration. So you can adjust that. Saan mo siya gustong pumasok? Right? Okay, and until when. So that's here in text duration. Because this part early on is still showing Coron. Yan. And gusto ko pumasok yung Palawan when it comes to the viewing of the sunset already sa ocean. So you can adjust that when you do your own. And of course, you already have content in mind, right? Like like Coach Chubby said, teachers are natural with that. Like our host said, natural naman yung teachers or educators to have content, right? Whenever you make lesson plan, that's content. It's just in paper. So how would you do that in a new normal or in a virtual environment? Then you can use this platform. All right, so there you go. I'll just click done. When finished, you click on it. So we are done with text. What else can we do now? We have motion. When we say motion, this is camera motion. So for videos, of course, it's already moving. But how about if you want to insert a still picture, right? You want to insert a still picture, like for example, right here. Because I've finished with Ilocos Norte, but I want to move up to the north too. Just a parang quick teaser. Like what's next? And you want to engage your students. Would they know what's next after this? If you want to keep on, if you want to do the module series, something, the idea of something like that, then yeah, you can add a teaser at the end of your videos. And I put the night sky or the view of Baguio. So this is a still picture of Baguio City. And then click on add camera motion. There. So there are different camera motions that you can choose from. I've chosen zoom in center. And if you want to see, or preview, maybe you're a beginner and you're wondering, what's gonna happen? So just click play right there, and you'll see the movement. So what if you wanna pan to the left? You'll see the camera moving to the left side. You wanna tilt up. So there are many other motions that you can choose from, and you can practice on your own depending on how you would like to tell your story through a video. How would you like to do your editing? For today, I chose zoom in center. Okay, what else? Going back to our context menu, we have 3D effects. Okay, so let's use this clip again. Okay, and then 3D effects. All right. So actually, a while ago, some motion, even if you don't need to go back to the context menu, you can toggle in nandun din yung 3D effects and filters. But I just wanted to show kasi more cohesive way of understanding it. Okay. So 3D effects, what can we do? We can put on effects. For example, you want to shock your students and you want to put sci-fi portal right here. And there's also a duration. Okay, for the sci-fi portal. Okay. Anything, I know it's not related to our current content now. I just wanted to give you options. Maybe your students are into this and teachers will do anything to make their students listen. So if you want to make it like different or weird enough, put a sci-fi portal, and then for sure what they will remember is the end game when you click on sci-fi portal. Very much so, especially if your students are fans of that movie series. What else? There's a comet You can do that too if you want to put it. So there are really different effects that you can choose from. It will just depend on you, on your content. Okay. What else? 3D library. For maybe basic education level, like grade school level, grades 1 to 6 or preschool, they would really find this amazing. The animals and insects. For example, you have a student who loves dinosaurs so much. Let's click on the T-Rex. Let's put the T-Rex here in Baguio. And yeah, you want to make the T-Rex move? You can. Let's put it. Let's put the T-Rex here. Okay, make it a little big. And why did it say 3D? Because you can put quick animations. Let's click on wobble. Let's make it wobble. And what does it do? Okay, let's try. Let's put the lyrics all over the entire clip. Yeah, to shock our students. Okay. So that's what happens when you put 3D objects. You just need to choose the right animation to make it more real. Because if you want to make the T-Rex turn, yeah, could be, but it has to match, of course. The movement of the 3D object, it has to match with the animation. Okay? So there you go. I won't be including the T-Rex. I just want to show you the other things you can do. So there's a lot of effects in 3D available in the 3D library. All right? Okay, so click done when finished. And last is we have filters. So for example, in our last clip, click on filters. This is our last clip and maybe you want it to be more like a vintage feel. So you can click on different filters right here. So if someone was asking about lighting, yeah, you can use other applications to change the entire lighting if you're talking about that. If you're talking about the temperature of the photo, if you want to change the the mood. But these filters are not as detailed as other editing softwares because this is standard. Okay, there. So I'll be choosing original because I wanna see the beautiful native wares of Filipinos up in the Cordillera. All right, and that's it for the first part of the context menu. What else can you do here is remove or show black bars. For example, you've taken something from, mostly kasi pag portrait mode, from your phone or really anywhere na may black bars pa, the photo, you can click on it, select, and then remove black bars. Okay? Itong last photo natin, actually, the original is with black bars. So this is taken from Baguio Museum. So if I want to remove the black bars sa gilid, right here, you see black bars. Click on it and select remove black bars. There. If you want to rotate, sometimes we've taken pictures and when we sync it to our desktop or somewhere naiiba yung the mode of it, so you can rotate and put it back to whichever you think is right for your content. What else? You can remove and delete, like what I've showed you, the title card you can remove. Okay, and with see more, then you can remove all. Right. So now we are done with the context menu and how you can edit it. So you can again put in the clips in your project library, fix your storyboard, and then lastly, if you want background music, you can add recommended music right here. What I've chosen is Explorer. And I also click sync your video to the music's beat, because what this does for your video is every time there's a different clip, the beats sync in to it. And for our audience, like, or us personally, right, when we see something and there's some music, it's really nice when the transitions are hitting the beat, hitting the clips perfectly, like seamlessly. It makes us more like wow, we're really getting to understand this, like how the presenter wants to view it, what to makes us feel, lalo na pag wala namang narrative, like nobody's hosting it, it's just full video and audio, then you have to maximize all of your options. So that's what sync your video to the music's beat does. And then for the volume, of course, please adjust your volume accordingly. And there you go. That's for setting your background music. And if you are not pleased with the recommended music, then you can custom audio. You can add audio file. You can choose your own. Okay? And then just click done. And before you finish a video, here in See More, you can duplicate project, you can back it up, you can choose a theme. For example, if you're still a beginner, right, you can add a theme, like adventure. So you can choose that. And meron na siyang, there's like videos with filters, musics, and textiles, and you just have to follow it, right? It's like a guideline, like a template, so to speak, right? And then, no, I won't be using any theme because we've created our own. And when you're finished, just click Finish Video, choose the video quality, and then export it. Okay. So I've already finished that because it takes some time, and I don't want you to watch it like upload or export, but just click on it and you can easily follow along. Right. So when we are done, we are finished with our content. Right. Our next step is to complete our lesson plan. So what are we going to do is to upload it, right? Upload on our Earth Science video introduction for our senior high school study group, the STEM study group, because this is STEM strand. So dito na po papasok. I'm going to switch to another app. Here's where Microsoft Stream can help you. So close and then go to all apps, open your Office 365 first and click all apps right here and then search Stream. And then when you select it, you'll be dropped here or will bring you to Stream websites. Okay. Now, what is Microsoft Stream? Essentially, it's like YouTube. It's Microsoft's answer to video content, essentially Microsoft's own YouTube, but within Microsoft 365 organization only. So if I have your school's organization, right, you're using your school's organization, then you can use Stream, and the people who can access it are only from your organization, because YouTube is like a public platform. Microsoft Stream is private within your organization who uses Microsoft 365. Okay? Right. So that's the difference. But essentially, yes, it has similarities. And if you're familiar with YouTube creating content and the selection menus, similar naman po siya. All right. So let's get started and let's have a look at the options that you have. First, we have home button. This will bring you to your home page. Okay. And discover. So the discover button, this is where you can find videos that is shared by other people within your organization or videos that you have access to. Example, I'll click on videos under the Discover tab. Okay. So you see these people right here. This is the same people from my organization. So they shared this video to our organization and I can discover it. I can watch it because I have access to it, and yeah, I have permission. Okay. What else? When we go to channels, so these are the channels that I also have permissions. Okay. And groups, how about let's go to people first. So if you want to search for people within your organization, you can do so. For example, I want to search for teacher Zari and teacher Marty. You can just type their name and it will show up. So that's how you find people within your organization in Microsoft Stream. Next, we have groups. So these are the groups that I'm part with. There you go. These are actually connected with Microsoft Teams as well, pero different tutorial naman yun. But just an overview, a quick view. These groups, pag meron kayong groups sa Microsoft Teams, and dun sa group na yon, nag-meeting kayo, somewhere there, dun sa group, for example, all company group, and then you had a meeting on that group, mapupunta yung recording ng meeting dito sa Microsoft Stream. Okay. And next is we have, so we're done with Discover tab. Let's go now to My Content. So videos. So you have your own videos. So here in My Content, you'll see your very own content. Okay. And then groups, your very own groups. So for example, I have the STEM study group right here. I've created it already. If you want to create your own, you can go ahead and click on it, just create group. So for example, we have groups and then you want to create group. Okay, let me log in back. Okay. I'll finish in 3 minutes, don't worry. Okay, create a group. Just to quickly show everyone. So when you create a group, so put the name, description, and here, what sets it apart is, again, the edit settings. So private to public. And when you create that, just click on finish. Okay. I'll discard it. And let's go to our STEM study group because that is where we want to upload Earth Science channel intro vid.
Okay.
So I've already uploaded it. Yes?
Yes, Teacher Deb. We truly appreciate
Yeah.
your sharing of our Microsoft Digitals for this morning. But we are very sorry, but we have to cut you off right
Yeah.
now. So don't worry. Next week, meron
Yeah.
na po tayong next batch ng Microsoft
Mhm.
Digitals. Teacher Zari?
Yeah, we'll just follow on that. Upload video na lang naman, so very easy na for them to do it.
Yes. Teacher Zari, we cannot hear you po.
Hello? Ayan, sorry.
Yes.
Oo. Ayan, so muli yan. So, of course, salamat sa lahat ng ating speakers ngayon and of course to you, Teacher Debbie. It was indeed another set of terrific discussions and right before we show our thanks to our speakers, syempre, this hashtag Tech Talk session wouldn't be as much as fun as right now kung wala ang ating Tech Talk buddies, which is our educators and our viewers around the Philippines. Yan. So with that, here's another MIE redemption code that you can use to redeem Microsoft Innovative Educator Certificate. So in a bit, mapapakita na namin sa inyo yung code na inyong pwedeng magamit to redeem your MIE certificate for this session. Okay? So later lalabas yan. Okay?
Okay, so while waiting for our code, may I invite again our inspiring speakers to turn on their cameras and may I also call Miss Rubelin to award their certificate. So Sir Paul and Coach Hubby, please turn on your cameras again and join us here.
Yan, hello. Welcome back po.
Ayan, good morning, everyone. Yes, thank you so much to all our speakers. And we are so grateful having you this morning. So with that, of course, you deserve something from EdTech Unit. All right. So in behalf of the DepEd Central Office po, ICTS-EdTech Unit, let me share my screen to award your Certificate of Appreciation. Okay, so I know po marami po tayong natutunan this morning. Okay, so with that, Let me read a citation po. So, the Republika ng Pilipinas, Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology, DepEd Complex, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City. Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Paul G. Soliman, CEO and CTO, Hacktiv Collab Incorporated, Microsoft MVP for Business Applications, and for sharing his valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Tech Talks for All Days, Digital Entrepreneurship Finding Success online webinar conducted by the ICTS Educational Technology Unit on May 22, 2021. Given this 22nd day of May 2021 in DepEd Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, Philippines. Signed by the head of ICTS-ETU, Mark Anthony CC, with Director for ICTS, Abram YC Abanil, and of course, our Undersecretary for Administration, Elaine Delby Pasqua. Thank you so much and congratulations po, Sir Paul G. Soliman. Ayan. Thank you so much po, sir, for that awesome presentation. Naalala ko kanina yung mindset, purpose, and of course, habit po. So once again, congratulations, Sir Paul. And next po, another certificate of appreciation is presented to John Abigail Maravilla, vlogger and educational content creator, for sharing her valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Tech Talks for All Days Digital Entrepreneurship Finding Success online webinar conducted by the ICTS Technology Unit on May 22, 2021. Given this 22nd day of May 2021 in DepEd Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, Philippines. Signed by the head of ICTS ETU, Mark Anthony CC, and Director 4 of ICTS, Abram YC Abanil, Undersecretary for Administration, Elaine Delby Pasqua. Once again, congratulations and thank you very much, Ma'am John Abigail Maravilla. At syempre, another certificate of appreciation is presented to Ms. Debbie Kalingasyon, Master Trainer of Adantis Technologies Incorporated, for sharing her valuable knowledge as guest speaker during Tech Talks for All Days Digital Entrepreneurship Finding Success online webinar conducted by the ICTS Educational Technology Unit on May 22, 2021. Given this 22nd day of May 2021 in DepEd Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City, Philippines. Signed by the head of ICTS ETU, Mark Anthony CC, Director 4 of ICTS, Abram YC Abanil, and Undersecretary for Administration, Elaine Delby Pasqua. Ayan, let's give them a virtual applause. Congratulations po
Yes.
sa inyong lahat.
Sa muli, salamat po sa ating mga speakers for today. Hope to see you all and for sure our viewers would love to hear from you again. Miss Ruby Lynn, baka meron po tayong mga reminders and instructions for our Tech Talk Series survey and certificate and for our afternoon session po.
Yes, hindi pa po tayo tapos kasi yung Microsoft event po whole Saturday po talaga yon. Yung Tech Talks for morning event lang po siya. In the afternoon from 1 p.m. to 4 o'clock, we have My Tech Talk naman. And of course, we have a lot of Microsoft Education ambassadors who will be speaking and will be with us. At syempre po, sagot lang po yung mga quiz. May quiz po tayo sa morning, then may quiz din po sa afternoon. So, when you able to complete all those quizzes, maklaim nyo na po yung certificate of participation at 8-hour po yon. May nakalagay talaga doon na you completed an 8-hour training for this day. Pero pag na-complete nyo po yung 4 Saturdays for the month of May, magkakaroon po kayo ng Certificate of Recognition. So, saan nyo ba makukuha yon? Of course, sa ating Professional Development LMS po ng Department of Education sa training.deped.gov.ph. At syempre po, huwag kalimutang sagutan yung evaluation form natin. Andyan yung link. Ayan, nasa banner natin. Okay, so thank you po, Teacher Zari at Teacher Mardy at sa lahat po ng speakers natin today. God bless po sa inyong lahat.
Ayan. So, thank you, Miss Rubelin. And also, yung ating MIE code ay naka-flash na po sa ating screen. Just scan the QR code para po sa instructions on how to redeem the certificates. Now, again, salamat po sa ating mga speakers for today. And before we end, may I ask po our last words or our parting words to our viewers. So, may we start po with Sir Paul?
Yeah, so thank you, Microsoft and DepEd for inviting me, especially to Francis and Grace. It's in a way we're very blessed that we have this kind of online program for our teachers and educators. In fact, for free, no, you have this content, and I know a lot about short-term courses. It's very expensive if you will buy that from other sources, right? But giving this from our government is very, I wish I was a teacher if I have this content. No? So don't be afraid to go with technology, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Next, Coach Hubby.
Yeah, to all our educational educators who are gonna transition, I just want to encourage you guys. The best weapons we have are the weapons we have on our hands na. So you already have that. It's just a matter of applying it. And I'm really excited to see you sa ating web space. So don't hesitate to reach out. Nandito lang naman tayo online. So thank you and God bless.
Ayan. So, bigyan po natin ulit ng virtual clap si Sir Paul and si Coach Hubby. And lastly, Teacher Debbie.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Happy weekend.
Ayan.
Sorry, overtime.
Teacher
Alright,
Zari.
Alright, so isa na naman ito, madami at dadami pang makabuluhang usapan at talakayan dito sa ating Tech Talk series, everyone. Maraming salamat sa inyong time.
So, through Ms. Zari, same here. We thank you for being with us today. And also, we would like to invite you again later para po sa ating Me Tech Talks naman sa hapon. And then next week, iniimbitahan po namin kayong muli for another Tech Talk series at samahan niyo po kami na, magkaroon ng bagong wonderful speakers na imbitahan namin to feed our thoughts. This is your Tech Talks host, Teacher Mardy.
And Teacher Zari, don't forget to attend and invite colleagues for our next sessions. See you next week. Same day, same time.
Hashtag
Tech Talks. Goodbye po. Salamat po sa lahat.
Bye.